Howdy, howdy, Mask for Mask and other fellow techno hotties. I see Sleepy Zane's there. I see 3-2. I said hello to 3-2 a little. Jari is here. Excellent. We have all the greatest minds together. I have much to talk about tonight. There is a crisis in Babyland, as I said before, but we're going to start the show with some reading as usual.
Attention all techno hotties and thotties.
Attention all techno hotties and thotties. There are new age limits, restrictions, and DLC available at Babyland. Oh, Babyland, the greatest place. Okay. Spokesmen for Christian America have announced that the church will be opening homeless shelters and children's homes, orphanages in several states, including California, Oregon, and Washington. This is just a beginning, they say. They hope in time to extend a helping hand to the people of every state in the Union, including Alaska. I heard this on a news disc that Mike Cardos brought at a Guyver Street market yesterday. Time to begin to clean up the Christian America image, I suppose. I just hope the California shelters and orphanages will be put where they're most needed, down around San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. I don't want them up here. Christian America is made up of scary people, and I find it impossible to believe they intend to only do good and to help others. Hi, I'm Henry.
I'm Jacob.
And this is Technopoverty. We read books as a means of playing video games, we play video games as a means of reading books, and we chill with you, the chat, while discussing the two to see what we feel, what we think, and what it helps us understand and make legible with, current culture, and it's just fun conversation. We're reading Octavia Butler's Parable of the Talents while playing Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding 2 on the beach. We've been working through Parable of the Sower as well as Nevil shoots on the beach. And we're a healthy way into Parable of the Talents. I believe we read up to chapter 10. Yeah, we're on chapter 10 right now for those of you reading along at home. But I just described the organization Christian America, which, as I may have mentioned in prior readings and introductions to the book, in the world of Parable, it's currently 2032, and a senator from Texas named Jarrett is running for the presidency. Well, minor spoilers, chat, he wins the presidency in this section of the book, and it excites his base. Christian America, so I'm going to keep this short and just say, as mentioned last time, Jarrett reminds me way more of someone like a Jerry Falwell with his evangelism than he does a Donald Trump with his business corporatist evangelism. But yeah, Christian America, they're opening up camps. They're just making shelters, orphanages to take in the unhoused and the homeless, and they're totally going to be nice to them and do only good and pure things with those people, with those bodies. Surely just letting the state open up these camps where they process kids will be a good and trustable thing to do, right?
Yes, of course.
When I was a kid, I never let anyone know how much the future scared me. In fact, I couldn't see any future. I was born into a world that was no bigger than the walled neighborhood enclave where my family lived. My father had lived there as a boy and inherited the house from his father. My world was a cage. When one of my brothers dared to leave the cage to run away from home, someone outside caught him and cut and burned all his flesh from his living body. Sometimes I catch myself wondering how long it took him to die. I admit, my brother was no angel. He was mean and not very bright. He loved our mother, and he was her favorite, but I don't think he ever gave a damn about anyone else. Still, even though he was as tall as our father, he was only 14 when he was killed. To me, that makes the men who killed him worse than he ever was. How could they be human and do something like that to somebody? I used to imagine them, the killers, waiting for me whenever neighborhood adults with guns risked taking us out of the cage for a little while. The world outside was like my brother at his worst, multiplied by about 1,000. Stupid, mean, so out of control that it might do anything. It was like a dog with rabies, tearing itself to pieces, wanting to do the same to me. And then it did just that. Oh yes, it did. I could return the compliment. I could have reached for the power to do that. but I would rather fix the problem. What happened to me shouldn't happen to anyone, yet such things have happened to thousands of people, perhaps millions. I've read history. Things weren't always this way. They don't have to go on being this way. What we have broken, we can mend. Marky shook his head. I wish we'd been with you. Then we could have just been beaten up. Everything went wrong for us. Just as we went through the gate, another group of paints arrived. He paused. You know, I met some paints later. Most of them killed themselves off with their drugs or with their drug-induced love of fire. But there's still a few around. Anyway, I was collared with some a few months ago. They said their whole deal was to help the poor by killing off rich and letting the poor take their stuff. If you lived in a place where the houses weren't falling down, and especially if you had a wall around your neighborhood or your house, that meant you were rich. The crazy thing was, a lot of the paint kids really were rich. One of the girls I met, her family had more money than our whole neighborhood put together. She had pretty much given up everything for the paints, but in the end, her friends betrayed her. One day, while she was spaced out on something, they sold her to be collared because she was still young and cute, and they needed money for drugs. But she still thought she'd done some good. We couldn't convince her. We figured the drugs had wiped out her mind. That one reminds me of the Red Scare podcast. I won't say more beyond that. Also, I'll bring it up. There's future slave collars so that they don't do like physical pain, but they still hurt people. It's very messed up, but it also means, you know, the bodies don't get damaged, so they're still good for sex work.
Oh, that reminds me of some files I just found out about today.
Oh, wow. You're reading fiction too?
Maybe.
These people were a lot poorer than we used to be, but they did what they could with what they had. For me, that meant soap and water, aspirin, and aloe vera. Why I didn't die of 20 infections, I don't know. God damn, I sure wanted to die. I'll tell you, I'd rather blow my own brains out than go through that again. Jesus. What's happening right now, just to loop you all in, is... So, in the events of what we read this past session, Lauren found her brother, and he had a very tough life out there. He did aforementioned sexing and slaving work. So he's been run through. And actually, that passage I read earlier where he said, I've been through a lot and I could have easily like just turned around and given that back to the world, but no one else should have to go through this. That's from a book he apparently writes later on. So like, you know, you get the sense like because when they first find him, he's like a beaten up, malnourished slave.
Yeah.
And so she just realizes, because they're looking for another, Dan Mora, the kid they saved last time, whose sisters got kidnapped. They're looking for his sisters, but instead they find her brother. Mm-hmm. Also, just gonna catch up with the chat really quick.
Yeah, we got...
Oh, hey, Kirsten.
What up? Thanks for coming out.
The Department of Defenestration.
Hell yeah. I learned today that other places refer to as bad prison concentration camp complexes as countries Gitmo, Italy specifically. Whoa!
Yeah, everyone else now knows America as like the prison place.
But like the that's
America.
I have never like the Italian.
This is something I was feeling towards the end of the Obama era, as far as like they're never going to raise the minimum wage. Other countries are going to be permitted to like kind of get ahead as America just becomes the labor ghetto for the rest of the world, except for like the ultra rich like owners of the actual corporate entities. All that labor is getting crushed under, of course.
Oh yeah. Also, go France and other countries who are taking on the Epstein stuff. That shit's cool.
I shook my head. I had no medical training beyond first aid, and I doubt that I'd be much good at administering that. But I lived with Bincoli long enough to know how nasty burns could be. No complications at all, I demanded? Marcus shook his head. I don't know, really. Most of the time I was in so much pain I didn't know what was going on. How could I tell a complication from the general run of misery? I shook my head and wondered what Benkole would say when I told him. Soap and water and aspirin and aloe vera? Well, a little humility would be good for him. To Marcus I said, "What happened to the Durans?" "Dead," he whispered. "At least I guess they're dead. So many died. I never found their bodies though, and I tried. I did try." Long silence. "Marcus?" I reached over and put my hand on his. He pulled away and put hands to his face. I heard him sigh behind them. Then he began to talk again. 4 years after our neighborhood burned, the city of Robledo decided to clean itself up. The Durans and I were squatters. We shared a big, abandoned stucco house with 5 other families. That meant we were part of the trash that the new mayor, city council, and the business community wanted to sweep out. It seemed to them that all the trouble of the past few years was our fault. Poor people's fault, I mean. Homeless people's fault. Squatters' fault. So they sent an army of cops to drive out everyone who couldn't prove they had a right to be where they were. You had to have a rent receipt, a deed, utility receipts, something. At first, there was a hell of a business in fake paper. I wrote some of it myself. Not for sale, but for the Durans and their friends. Most people couldn't read or write, or at least not in English, so they needed help. I saw that some of them were paying hard currency for crap, so I started writing. Rent receipts mostly. In the end, it was all for nothing. Between them, the city, and the county owned most of the rotting buildings in the area, the cops knew we didn't belong there, no matter what papers we had. They drove us all out. Poor squatters, drug dealers, junkies, crazies, gangs, whores, you name it. Yeah, just, Gavin Newsom right there. Bam,
Yeah.
wow.
literally Sleepy Sam.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't even look up to the chat. Reading this, I was like, wait a minute. This is just what they're freaking out in Babyland about right now. There wasn't like a part I wanted to read an extension as far as what's going on, but I did want to note that the collars are called Zorro collars. These are the collars they put on to shock people into either doing, pain, into either pain or pleasure. Like, it's the slave collar. They're the Zorro collars.
Oh, a Zorro Ranch collar.
They leash children on Zorro collars. Yeah.
Honestly, I think I prefer Ram Ranch over Zorro Ranch.
I mean, Ram Ranch sounds like a much cooler and much more consensual time.
Yeah.
You know right up front what's going on at Ram Ranch, and I mean...
I know, it's Boomer, man, it's also wine moms just being like, he's good to look at, and like, he's literally a Capcom villain.
Yeah, generic like bad guy anime president, but not in a series where the president's like the actual antagonist. Like,
Yeah,
the president's like an obstacle. He's like obstinate to like whatever the crew's doing, but he's not a big fish. Like... So later in the day, Marcus found me sitting with Chanarayan, sorting out and cataloging books. We're always behind in that, and it needs to be done. All of our kids work on projects as part of that education. Each kid does at least one group project and one individual project per year. Most kids find the 2 unrelated projects influencing one another in unexpected ways. This helps the kids begin to learn how the world works, how all sorts of things interact and influence one another. The kids begin to teach themselves and one another. They begin to learn how to learn. With their mentors' help, they each choose some aspect of history, science, math, art, or whatever, and learn it well enough to teach it. Then they do just that. They teach it. They do a good job. They need to be able to find out what information we have available there and what they're not going to have to get nets for. Since we aren't rich yet, the more we can offer them from our own library, the better. Okay, this last passage I bring up because while I like the intent of it with Lauren explaining to us the pedagogical method of just like the kids teach the kids, everybody teaches everybody, everybody learns, it's a good time. I do want to note how whimsical and kind of shortcutty it is as far as explaining the actual work of Acorn, which is the the camp that Lauren has founded. The Earthseed camp is called Acorn. It is a religious settlement in the year 2033. They are a little commune turning into a bigger commune as they recently acquired like an armored truck. And her brother Marcus has come into the fold. Dan Mora, the kid from the last time whose sisters went missing, they went searching for his sister. Didn't find her. Dan Mora ran off because he was frustrated they didn't find her. But instead they found Marcus. And so Marcus has been kind of reintegrating at the camp and learning the tenets of Earthseed. But I got into the plot there. I just want to bring up the rubber banded kind of whimsicalness of it because I want to point out how much this isn't a story that's laying out a specific blueprint on how to make a self-sustainable commune. That is a device to facilitate a bigger set of sociological hypotheticals. And I think there's just a major confusion between hypotheticals and their purpose. If you're familiar with Babyland at all in the past 48 hours, you may have a real world example coming to mind. I certainly am.
Absolutely.
But I bring it up because like it's very easy to sins this story and be like, well, she's not considering the negative downsides of like pedagogical methods. Not everybody learns the same. The human brain's not like that. We have actual like history on learning book. She's not actually pointing that out. Like she's actually looking at like a larger American historical continuity of sociological forces. And from 1998, kind of guesstimating what 2033 might look like if these social ills that are recurrent in American history persist and aren't addressed. So it's, again, I've brought up this kind of well-meaning liberal reading I've had of the book that I've encountered where people think it's kind of just, oh yeah, a lot of that's dark and scary, but go start a commune with your friends. It's like, well, no, the dark and scary stuff is a lot of historical and sociological information that you really need to consider because there's a lot of structural discussions going on while you're focusing on individuated aspects of the story. I mean, this is why you don't build the Torment Nexus, because like the Torment Nexus novel isn't about building the Torment Nexus. It's like, well, the Torment Nexus exists. How does society respond, react to that?
Why is this bad?
Is that a good or bad thing? Yeah. It's not. You don't build the Torment Nexus, and it's like chapter 1, get 2,000 tons of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. It's not that. Why? That's the stupidest thing. And like taking that read of science fiction is the dumbest fucking thing you can do. And I think we can all think of plenty of dumb fucking guys right now doing exactly this.
Dude's getting one-shot by the stupidest shit we heard early 2000s on the internet.
Was that a hypothetical question made so that we have space to explore negative consequences without literal consequences? Or was that just a fealty test? Boo, gotcha. I'm gonna ramble about this for 5 days because that streamer's way more popular than me because I took a media career in college and then shilled for the DNC for a decade and then tried to be the next Pod Save America guys. Didn't happen, so now I'm just going to yell at the most popular Twitch guy when he says something I don't like.
But don't we need to worry about 2028 elections right now?
I mean, we do, but there's also so much fucking mutual aid support network, tangible good bullshit. I don't mean bullshit in a derogatory sense. I'm just saying we have tools and technology right now being implemented in new ways to organize people. I mean, Minnesota, LA, all the resistance we're seeing to ICE. We have so many constructive means of doing politics in the now that I don't get the point of like getting this upset over 2028 hypotheticals when, considering what's going on right now, is there going to be a 2028 to entertain in that sense?
All right. Let's see. Dang, traffic directors.
Traffic directors at your food pantry? Damn, mask for mask. Fuck.
That's wild.
That's a good one to advocate to family as well.
Yeah.
If you're like, I find that food pantries, food banks, that kind of thing, since it doesn't like have like a, Democrat,
Religious.
socialist, It doesn't have any outward political valence. If you have people that are resistant to doing work with any kind of like associated party, I mean, first off, you do have to eventually get them out of that. But like a good way to get them to start being interested in this kind of work is maybe a food pantry or a pet shelter.
But I just want to live blissfully ignorant and have every problem.
Yeah, 3-2, especially with what's been going on with Bovino. Like, I've only been seeing stuff from Minnesota now where it's like, oh, they've just increased punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sleepy Zane, I think that as well. I also have no idea what I'm doing. I just fired up the game. I've been excitedly reading Parable of the Talents. It's been a great time. Again, over and over, consistently and constantly. I should just get to the Magellan. Can I do that? How can I do that?
That's got to be what to do that. Let's go to volunteer food banks across the U.S. The ones in Washington were the best. B. Dolan, one of my favorite musicians, old school Rhode Island hip hop legend, is getting into some legit coalition building and shit. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I really miss, was it Unicorn Riot? I don't know if they're doing as much coverage. They probably are at this point, but they were really good during like January 6th stuff and George Floyd. I got a lot of like just actual on the ground information from community members. That was a lot better, like figuring out what the actual temperature was of the situation versus like what every single like newscast was trying to tell us.
Hell yeah, Jari.
Yeah, if you have any links or anything to point to, that'd be awesome too. We'd love any shares about people doing cool stuff for their communities.
Yeah, I know Austin Mutual Aid has been great at helping the unhoused during the freezes.
Yeah. Yeah, God. We're fortunate that there weren't too many freezes this year, but it was still fucking cold when it was.
Also, considering Babyland issues as far as misconstruing hypotheticals.
Their whole life.
I mean, I mentioned that there's so much constructive, proactive stuff. Yeah, let's jump. Let's jump. Where can we get to? Can I get over here? Yeah. Oh? Yeah, I can do that. Sorry, I was going to say something about Babyland hypotheticals, and then I did the jump here.
Yeah, it's fair. Trying to bring more attention to our own concentration camps when it gets used for ICE and also to traffic people up and down the coast, in my opinion. Oh, for sure, man. Especially after everything that's been coming out.
What was with that airspace shutdown in El Paso? I know they say it's a drone, but like...
I saw that too. I'm like, I don't think it was a drone.
All right, let's get some protective gear on and make this trek.
Yeah.
And then I got to go raid this camp. But in the same way, like, if you focus on the individuated aspects of Parable of the Sower and just take away from it that, like, I should be like the protagonist, I think you've sorely missed the message, because the protagonist's own daughter is pointing out how she had certain, like, hypocrisies and cult-like charisma. There's a fallibility to the character. There's a skepticism to, like, did she have to do things the way she did? And I know I'm not all the way through Parable of the Talents, but Parable of the Talents is explicitly calling out something that Parable of the Sower was doing with its innuendo, where you see how Lauren's becoming this sort of zero-sum murder hobo, like, oh, you need explosives to protect your people, and you need to kill everybody who's too suspicious of you. And like, it's that gamer brain that, like, the macro structure is getting her incentivized to think like.
Yeah.
This is also why Last of Us 1 works, despite the the criticism I brought up of post-apocalyptic stories actually not portraying human behavior in the best light, or the truest or most honest light.
Yeah. No, because
it's like yeah, because like those stories, it's like, oh, everything's done, man's back to a blank slate, there's zero principles, like let's restart from zero, and people are like instantly like, oh, I want to be king of the capitalism. It's like, well, like the whole capitalist structure's just gone now. There's
we don't have to do that. Like,
and so, you know, like Mad Max, for instance, gets decked points for this kind of thing. I do think The Last of Us kind of gets it's doing something with Joel here as an adherent to this kind of ideology.
Yeah.
Which is why it's pretty good at that. But again, the Parable series is so great at being like, no, she existed through a time period that had like these larger forces. It's like a depressing economic and fatalistic cynical time in American history, but it does eventually like end. Which is something that the novel, like, it's not trying to withhold from you. Like, the drama of the thing isn't does she live or die. Like, you're reading her diary from the future. You know she's going to survive. It's the same thing with like Book of the New Sun. I'm walking just to the Magellan. This should be fine. Sleepy Zane, how do you feel about The Last of Us 2? Because I like The Last of Us as a singular kind of thing. It's one of those things where by the end of it, I was like, okay, I don't care about the story in the sense that, like, I don't care about the individual level, like, fan fiction-y, like, what do these characters do after the credits roll? But, like, as like a narrative, like, Ludo narrative, like, thematic conceit, the way those two characters land at the end, I think is a really good story video game moment.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I played the second one yet.
Who? Learned a lot. Gleaned local farms for produce too. That's awesome, Jaw. All right, let's get to that conquistadorship. Or well, I don't remember what. Portuguese, wasn't he? Magellan, or was he Spanish? Chat. Help my dumb American brain.
What do we do? What do we do with our brains?
All I know is Twitter arguments. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do? I pressed the wrong button because I was trying to think of what nationality Magellan was.
What a thing.
Thank you, Josh Warren.
Thank you, Josh.
I'm gonna soothe my baby. Is the tea ready by chance? I could use some soothing tea.
You know, it is about to be. It was just reheating this water.
Yeah, that's good. That's good about food, not bombs. I was gonna say it's not food, but I think we mentioned Doctors Without Borders before. Just in general, I like Doctors Without Borders. That's something too where maybe when I was in college, I kind of got the idea of doing work and, you know, giving financial assistance where possible. But then like GDQ started doing it regularly with Doctors Without Borders, and I really commend them for like funneling gamers towards the maybe first steps towards that impulse. As far as like being aware, like, oh, I can donate money to these organizations. There's still a whole world of education on the nonprofit industrial complex, of course.
For sure.
I mean, baby steps. I love this stuff. It's why I also do still think it's worth what they're doing. Like, I'm not a total cynic about like, oh, everybody's been so corrupted by Epstein, why even have a government? It's like, well, like the people still doing things, like there's a certain legitimacy process it lends to it. I'm thinking about how maybe the people who agreed with Hillary Clinton's deplorable line, that older generation of boomer libs, even up until this point, may just totally look away when the name Jeffrey Epstein comes up. It's still conspiracy theory nonsense. But seeing like Pam Bondi melt down that way in a courtroom, it's like, okay, like there's adults in the room trying to wrestle with this thing they're clearly freaking out about. Yeah. Even if I'm a totally offline individual, willfully like not looking at this monstrosity because I don't want it to jokerify me, it bumps their perception of the topic from just like invisible conspiracy theory nutcase never touched to like, okay, like there's at least a distance enough where like positions of authority are talking about it in a way that makes it digestible to me.
Yeah, I will say too, and my girlfriend pointed this out to me because I've definitely been jokerified, but I've also always been kind of in these little weird pockets of awful history.
I think Jacob's the dude who told me about the Franklin cover-up.
God, it is all yeah.
All right, I'm trying to get to my ship.
But it was one of those things where
way.
I was just getting in that spiral of how much things are bad. But it was a really good point of just the fact that enough politicians have actually come and banded together to actually make this law pass and have forced this conversation. We have not seen anything like this before. This is actual Thomas Massey is actually doing something. I don't like Republicans. I don't care for that train of thought. But there's no doubt that people are putting themselves on the line and opening up a conversation that has been needed to be had.
It shows that even with it shows that there's still enough of an amount of people that want to have faith in institutions, or at least get them they want to change the oil in the car. They want to re-lubricate things.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, Ja.
Oh my God, yeah, it's crazy. And also, I want to point out too, Pam Bondi has also been she was involved in the cover-up since 2011. She's been she was the attorney general in Florida during all this shit. So I mean, she has had her shitty little grubby pedophile hands in this the entire time.
Yeah.
And as someone who's lived in Florida during a couple of those years, this is really fucking creepy, and I do not care for that kind of shit.
I want to commend how much this landscape feels just I don't want to even say alien, but just serene.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, look at this snow. Sleepy Zane, off of what you were saying with Lau, wow, look at this snow. I was watching the PlayStation State of Play a little earlier in the background today, and just thinking about how many games didn't look good. Just the new. I was thinking about the new James Bond game, and how, I don't know, the characters still look like PS3 polygon level models, if that makes sense.
Yeah, dude, nothing is advanced.
Yeah, just yeah. It's kind of, I guess it's also because of a standardization of the Unreal Engine, and just generally needing to have reusable and quick to duplicate assets that run on a large number of machines without destroying or melting the requirements and such.
It's also just the zero optimizations whatsoever. It's just you're gonna download 120 gigabytes of this one game because we're too fucking lazy to actually make this work faster. And I think that's also kind of another reason why they're making games bigger. Is just fuck it, you're gonna be renting computers in 5 years anyways. You don't need to download.
I saw, I don't know if this is UK only or soon to come out, a PlayStation rental plan where you lease a PS5 digital edition. And after so many years on a lease, you give it back. So it's you pay the exact same amount you would if you just bought a PS5.
So you fucking bought it, but you don't.
Yeah.
So you don't get it. So it's a shitty.
Now that's techno-poverty. Yeah.
Rent-A-Center is a better deal than that shit.
You're gonna be able to bet. I did see some chatter about there being odds on Kalshi for Newsom versus Vance already, which again, just failure of imagination.
Dog, for real. In several years, you don't think there's anyone, not even the AO.
Again,
people are AOC
yeah.
or whatever.
Again, not understanding hypotheticals and just the babylandization of all. I go back to misreads of Parable of the Sower, because that last excerpt I read, I ended on the part where she says, "We're not rich enough yet."
Ooh.
Which is very funny to me, because it does betray a sense of ambition that Lauren has within her. It's, again, she's gone from playing Fallout to playing a SimCity. They got this high-tech van, and so they're using it to make deliveries. They're politicking. There's other suburbs that are falling apart around them because of natural disasters.
They're securing their own peace and not pulling up the ladder behind them, as they always say.
Sadly, President Jarrett wins, and he's just a huge-ass Jerry Falwell fuckboy. It sucks. fuck that guy. I hate him. I haven't even met him in the novel. They just have to hear him through news blips and stuff. He seems awful.
He seems like a fucking prick already.
It's funny too because so in 1993 when the first book comes out, the internet's not much of a thing, but also like it doesn't factor into the story much. And you can kind of get away with that because like it's a story about a 15-year-old girl whose suburb dies down and then she's homeless and wandering the wilderness for the back half of the book until they find like a commune to settle down. Actually, one of the most compelling things is like in that back half when she gets a radio and she starts trying to share information with people and nobody takes her seriously because like, you know, people don't trust it. They're all illiterate and superstitious.
Wild.
So yeah, there's no internet in that first book, but in the second book, there's satellite news and like the net and wires and there's technologies that.
Interesting. Yeah.
While they don't even really build off of or presage internet technologies, say 1998 through 2010. The way our current internet is getting shittily fenced in into pay for play services, it feels like that if you accelerate that process, like if we wait like maybe 5 more years and where we have to like calci everything through PayPal, you know what I mean, where everything's transactionalized and like there's no longer like free websites. There's that sort of thing going on, like cable TV that you have to like, you know, microtransactions. There's a bit of that present because once the commune gets set up and they're able to reestablish kind of like stability, they're able to salvage some technology and that's how they keep up with the news and stuff. There's actually quite a fun chapter I didn't read anything from because it's so all over the place, but it's just a run through of Lauren reading the news, and it's kind of a way to recatch you up with like what's going on in the wider world now that you're in the proper like thrust of the second book.
Oh hell yeah, nice.
But it's just going through the various types of media, and it's like, yeah, there's satellite radio. There's these things called bullets that sound an awful lot like tweets. They're super short, single sentence, like news story breakdowns, but like they're hardly verified. They could be truth or lies. Nobody trusts them. It's usually gossip and bullshit.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, they'll offer website bundles. All right, I got plenty of
Just
blood
like
bags.
cable.
All right, Jacob, we're fighting dudes.
Fucking fight them.
So I need my shotgun. Maybe I don't need my shotgun. I don't have the resource for a shotgun. I don't have the resource for a sniper. Damn.
Let's see. Fed AI overlords incoming.
Fed AI.
They can't afford to continue buying chips at this rate, can they? That's the bubble that is going to pop, whether AI continues to be used in specialized areas or not. Even this is so much of the target. It's honestly really funny how much America has shoved money into it, and China has just made free versions of the exact same things that are like incredibly power efficient.
So I have a few friends who are in what they recognize as like sinking ship rats situations and stuff where like they're being asked in corporate positions by like government. It's just like, can you please find use for AI? Can you please find use for AI? Can you please find use for AI?
Oh yeah,
and it's such a reverse engineered like, oh shit, we invented something that we don't know how to sell.
It's
like,
yes,
can you guys figure out how to sell this for us? Can you guys figure out how to sell this for us?
We have a solution that needs a problem. Like, like we have a solution, but there's absolutely no problem that it solves. And you're like, cool.
Do I have anything in this private?
I have had like my job forces me to find pieces to use generative AI, and it is just always giving me shit, and I just end up just doing it myself because I can do it. Because I have human power and empowered by Snickers.
I have seen some anecdotes as a result of this where it's like somebody's boss or higher up manager is like, well, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. And then it's like, well, my boss came back 2 days later saying they were taking forever to do it, so we contracted the job, and somebody did it in 3 hours. And it's like, yeah, like.
Yep, we have a system. This is not a more efficient system.
It's like, and then, you know, the manager's idea is like, well, maybe next time the AI will work, instead of like, wow, maybe we can just do this faster and cheaper if we fucking hired people.
Yeah, if we just fucking use human workers, because that's what always fucking worked.
Yeah, exactly, Sleepy Zane. It's almost like economics is bullshit.
No, piece of paper equal money.
I want the combat skeleton. I want the combat boots. We're getting combat Sam ready. We are getting combat Sam ready, gang. I swear. I'm not just stalling for time by rambling.
It was honestly pretty chill seeing that Bitcoin was just like nothing but like pedophile money. Just like, hey guys, this is just like how we really try to get a lot of this horrific stuff out there with digital coins.
Do I have any special grenades? What do I got on me? I got awesome combat boots, battle skeleton.
Yeah.
I do have a decoy hollow grenade. Good.
But Sleepy Zane, have you considered line go up? Have you thought about how the
Never thought about it that way,
feel?
you know? Huh.
Yeah, like we're worrying about like the individual, but have you considered how the shareholders feel about this?
Oh, has the tea been steeping this whole time?
Oh shit, it has been actually. Shit.
The long steep.
It's alright, because I think this one is a lighter one. Like, look how light this is, even with that like very long steep actually.
Do I have a truck or do I have a trike I can take actually? Can I put snow wheels?
Ooh, oh yeah, I forgot this.
On the trike.
I'll try this guy.
I don't have materials for a vehicle. Damn. Okay.
Boo.
I kind of exhausted materials building the roads, so I don't have materials for other things. But I have a battle skeleton. I have stability boots. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna run past that place. I'm sure they might have a vehicle. No. I'm not running past it anywhere. I'm gonna be very dumb and kind of hoof it, maybe. Or can I build a snowboard?
Whoa.
Not a snowboard, but you know, the coffin.
Yeah. Coffin board.
I'm thinking with trucks, but there's so many other tools.
There's so many others. I was gonna say, have we done?
I'm sure I can recycle some stuff I'm not using as well to up the resources here.
Let's say, have we ziplined in a minute?
I haven't felt the need for it. Okay, so let's see.
I haven't felt the need to zipline.
You're
Just think of that sentence. Think how silly that sounds.
You're right. I've forgotten what really matters.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck.
Yeah. Sleepy Zane's ziplines aren't that useful in DS2. Not with that attitude, they aren't.
I do find this map trickier. Like once I got the truck wheels, I went right back to it. I don't know if I'd say less useful. It's just I'm so prioritizing building the roads that I'm doing a lot of like heavy hauls that require me to be in a truck to carry just the sheer density of stuff. But like I feel once I have enough if I get to the point where like I have all the roads built and I'm doing side quests, I'll probably start using like the surfboard and the zip lines more because once everything's on the chiral network and all the roads are built, like, you know,
It's just fucking.
you can just fucking surf everywhere.
Right? So then it's, what's it, Side Quest City, baby?
Like isn't that so American? Like I need to completely convert this whole continent to my particular flavor of internet service provider so that I can skateboard on it.
Yeah. That's American, baby. That's colonialism.
Sam, you don't know what you're doing, my dumb boy.
My dumb boy. My beautiful dumb boy.
I love you, Hideo Kojima.
Truly. I wouldn't have you any other way, Hideo.
Nope, can't afford a coffin board, don't got enough ceramics, because I was using ceramics to build roads. Can I build a trike? I just want a trike. Nope. What if I just take a Baka skeleton? Or I have a boost skeleton. I'll just put the boost skeleton back on me and go for it.
Yeah, there really isn't much downside to being in truck even without roads. Longboard broadband for everyone. And speaking of loving Kojima, let's see for PC. Oh dang! I didn't realize that they're making Death Stranding 2 for PC now. Pretty sick.
For some reason, I thought that was just a given, but I guess it wasn't. I might be just thinking when they announced Death Stranding 1 was going to be for the PlayStation, for the PC, when they announced Death Stranding 2 was coming out for PS5.
Yeah, I do like that PlayStation has been doing that. And
Yeah.
finally just been like, we're finally going to do PC versions of stuff. It's very convenient.
Be fighting dudes, and I do like bowling dudes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be reckless and kind of hoof it, is what we're going with here.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't afford to build a vehicle, and I've been doing too much equipment stuff. I don't want to travel to Magellan somewhere and rebuild my build, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yay.
Unless I'm just completely ill-informed about how that works. But also, I kind of admire this atmosphere.
Yeah, this game, we gotta take a couple more pictures too. That photo mode is fucking killer. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
We're still gonna fucking build them anyways.
We're gonna put a bridge just here. I don't know why this bridge is here, but it's here.
It's here now.
Whoever built this, thank you, I guess, maybe. Why is there a bridge here?
You can thank America. God bless America. Yeah, other players may enjoy the road on their side. That's fair. I mean, I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess we can be friendly to our friends or
I
whatever.
do enjoy that aspect of the asymmetrical like multiplayer features where you're just like getting shared structures.
Yeah, it is pretty fun. I like when games are not player versus player and they're like we're all working together for a common goal.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, there was a game, Crimson Moon, I think. It looked like a kind of cash-in on like Elden Ring, Soulsborne, Night Rain co-op type stuff, but it was like two night dudes beating things up. Looked pretty interesting.
That one did look pretty fun. Dang, March 19th for Death Stranding 2? Did you hear anything about the mods? Interesting. Single player versus player games and still include instances, duels, or whatever if people want. Yeah. I'm like, I have had some fun in like a couple of VR games that like I don't care for like PUBG or Fortnite or like that.
I certainly have a type of competitive streak in me where there are certain PvP type games I do like, but like I don't like when it went from arena shooter to like loadout shooter, I was like, I'm done with competitive first person shooters, I think, or like I don't know, I did not like Halo 3, I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
I was very Quake Unreal Tournament kind of like pistol starts, everybody kind of on an even filled kind of thing.
I think I agree with that. I do prefer that usually.
I do play, I did indulge a little in Rivals when it first dropped, but again, I think too, I just see it as the kind of investment I'd rather spend time playing something like this or watching a movie, or like, again, I like narratives, I like the metatextual play.
Or a story.
That being said, I mean, I really do get into fighting games. I liked Halo 1 and 2 multiplayer.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike's fun. I do like when it's like you can co-op with your buddies in like a capture the flag or Counter-Strike style.
Totally. Like, yeah, like the old Call of Duties were really, really fun. There are a couple of VR games, like competitive shooters. It's really like the older school competitive first-person shooters where it's like, yeah, the same where like everyone starts on the same level. Go from there.
I'm even thinking back though that even back when like I was more into PC shooters and stuff. I mean, I still do like them. I do like in nostalgia play them every now and then. Like Rainbow Six, the first 3 Rainbow Six PC games, like that hyper-realistic. Co-oping those with friends is very fun to me. Like those very tense situations where like you have 3 shots and you're dead.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Actually, we should play that again sometime too.
Yeah, Raven Shield's one of my favorites.
Yeah, TF2 is always going to be fun. I'm not saying I hate PvP. It's just been PvP as the main online multiplayer for like 20 years. Oh, totally. Yeah.
I do think too, in my old curmudgeonly man way, that the PvP like Xbox Live-ification of gaming did like dent it in ways I don't think are cool. I mean,
yeah. Oh, it definitely isn't like
I mean, to boil it down or simplify it to just say like I think it's partly a huge contributor to like Gamergate frustrations, but like. I just think about before the Xbox 360, before like Halo 3 and Oblivion really like dominated numbers and kind of shifted culturally the perception of what like console gaming was, because those were like heavy online multiplayer. Microsoft pulling out all the stops to be all like, look, you got Halo and you got BioShock. Games are art, but you can also like esports. And Before Microsoft did all that, like some of the biggest selling games were like Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid 2, just like these very like weird narrative-driven foreign objects for American gamers, and I think that made for a more made for a more interesting type of gamer, I feel, or gaming culture.
Yeah, more diversity. And like more interesting.
Definitely, I mean, there's definitely like still some gaming frat bro shit. But like, I feel like that was more on PC before like the console bridge was really gapped on the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
like,
that was like the PC Master Race folks and like the
Doom is a mature game, unlike that Nintendo stuff, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
People who think it's like hardcore to play video games.
I mean, part of that perception was like because of the Atari crash in the 80s, so like consoles were seen as like, oh yeah, they're toys, but like the PC market was still seen as like, I mean, to its credit, you could get a PC and at that point like code your own like 2D Ultima-like or Wizardry type game and really like radically make something like in that fashion.
Damn. Tribes 2 are more later played games with vehicles where I can drive people around.
You never listened to Voice in Game? What a nightmare. See, I think
I
have some kind of brain damage because like I will just be fascinated by like this is how you talk into the mic, or this is how you
this is how you're talking to your team, or like
also I admit I don't like Halo 3 multiplayer in the way I don't get like super competitive into it, but all right, we're approaching the camp.
But if we're playing the game, we're playing the game.
I've really been enjoying this stroll. The proximity microphone in Halo 3, when you were playing a game where like you could only hear someone if they were close. I was playing doubles with our friend of the show, Hey Serge, our Doom nerd extraordinaire. Hell yeah, Serge, wonderful friend. Serge and I were playing like doubles, like teams in Halo 3 one day, where it's just like the two of us on Team Slayer, like 2v2, bunch of 2v2 teams. And I remember we get in the lobby, and like the rando in the lobby's name is Metal Man, and I know I bring up Metal Man instantly because you know when you're talking in the lobby, the names light up.
Yeah.
Everybody's name's off except his. His is just lit up nonstop because all you hear from Metal Man is just and like it's organic. Like this isn't like a machine screech. Like he's doing this with his mouth. Like I'm just doing it right there.
Yeah, just constantly.
Yeah, and like we're all just like, what the fuck's this guy's problem, and kind of chuckling at it. And so like then we go into the loading screen and we finally get a moment of silence between like exiting the lobby and loading into the map, where like, you know, me and my friend are just chuckling like, what the fuck was up with that guy? But then in the game, because of the proximity chat, you will hear really far off just, and then as he gets closer, just like you will hear him approaching from a distance. And the thing is, Metal Man is fucking killing everyone, guys. Yeah. You can hear him slaughtering people, and you just hear this buzz. Like you feel like you're fucking playing, like you feel like you're in Phantasm, you know, with the metal drill ball chasing people. It was just one of my top 5 like online gaming human interactions. Just like, wow, technology's amazing.
What a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that makes you believe in online gaming again, you know?
I was like, I don't know if this makes up for how many dudes I've heard say the N-word today, but
that's that genuinely was making me laugh hysterically.
Yeah, I was in Apocalypse Now.
I feel like whenever it's like going up against a guy who's really good, but his name was a booger, so you're just like, I kept getting killed by a booger, and I was like, God fucking damn it, this booger, man. Like, one of those beautiful.
Oh, that was
moments.
definitely Steaming a long time.
Oh yeah. I was like, the second one is less of that.
Oh. You know what? This really is a situation for Dollman, and I just really.
All right, Jari, I have not heard of this Naked Bombers in Ultima Online. Love that.
Oh, I love this. This is like the best doll man throw I've done so far. I think this is the most
like useful. You're like, this is what this is for. Like this is like the training version of like when you use doll man. You're like, yes, perfect.
Yeah. Like, yes, the precise reason they gave me doll man right here.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir. Yeah, doll man is genuinely really
Okay,
fun.
I'm definitely going to steal that dude's truck because I need the truck to drive out of here. I hope it has snow tires. I really do.
Right.
But so they don't see me at all. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for 2 shits.
There's this dude up here. I wish I could fabricate a sniper, but I did not. I will just have to maybe I'll go up and take this guy out with Ebola and try stealth before even fucking with the truck guy. Is the truck guy driving somewhere? Is he about to see me? He's driving right up on me.
He's about to do it. He's doing it.
Oh boy. Right after I was like, cool, I found a good spot. I used the doll. Wow.
Wow, look at me.
I'm a real solid snake. Okay. This makes it easy though. Like, you just got in some very weird turf for yourself, buddy. Ooh, okay. That one did the head hit.
A game about traversal, giving you a vertical camera you can place anywhere. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Knock you out. Did I get the head? No. I love when I get that head, but it's kind of hard on an incline. Special. What materials we got here? What do we got here? Nothing yet. Oh. Oh, we got dudes. We got a lot of dudes. Okay.
Fucking dudes. How come there's no chicks here, man? It's pretty sexist of these enemies, not gonna lie.
To be fair, I can't really identify.
I'm just saying, I'm not seeing any chest plates anywhere.
Kick them. Oh, there's a like.
Or like, where are our child soldiers, you know? Where are they at?
What? I thought I equipped.
Barney.
There we go.
What are you doing?
Oh, okay. Dude had a hologram on. Is that the proper use for them? Should I do that before approaching dudes? I thought it was kind of like a throw and run away thing, but maybe I was wrong.
Maybe not the case. Barney? Come on.
Yeah, I think across the game, Zane, one of my bigger kind of critiques or wants is I know I'm not reading all the wiki articles and like diving into the lore, and this is a better game than Doom Eternal about like justifying that kind of stuff. But I do, even in Death Stranding 1, I was kind of like, okay, like I guess they're just like general like accelerationists, destructionists, like terrorist types. Sure, yeah, like that makes sense as like the opponent to like the construction dude, but like I don't know. I don't think the society or social hierarchy or even just like political ideology of the bandit groups is where I want it to be. Definitely kind of a moment where it feels like they're just here because there need to be some kind of like bandit type bad guy to raid, you know, to put up resistance. Or to scaffold like set pieces around. I was like, I wanted to switch up weapons, but I don't want to use the real bullets. I don't want to hurt people.
Yeah, not yet anyways.
I don't want to void out. I'll take your weapon. What's going on in the chat?
Sumi's agreeing with me with the only male enemies. Especially their literal warrior women at the motherhood. Yeah, true. Jari, Lord British was the guy that made Ultima. He would roleplay as the character and hold court in events that were server-wide. Some of us spent all of our money and materials to make so many bombs, stripped off our clothes, loaded up on goodies, and ran into crowds. Total chaos.
Is Lord British the dude who owns the Wizard Academy?
Whoa. I don't know. Is that?
I know he lives somewhere around, like, here, doesn't he? And he has, like, a mansion full of mazes and traps.
Oh, he's that
and stuff.
weird dude? Okay, yeah. I was like, I know I've seen the house from the hills, and just be like, that's that dude's house.
I've been, because it's like a big old, it's like a big old compound.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, venues for hosting events and stuff. I've been to, like, some table readings and stuff there.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to go to more LAN parties.
I need a sniper rifle.
Yeah, his house was a castle. That sounds about right.
Nothing with the scope. Nothing with the scope. Oh, it's that guy up there. PCC. Is it just this guy? He's all that's left? Bro, how are you so bad at aiming with these things? I'm taking you out. Like, I get stormtrooper accuracy, but damn. Oh. Oh, I saw a projectile of some kind. Who's still around? What's still around? I do like the MP. Oh, is he waking people up down there? Damn it.
That son of a bitch. Lord British ain't living in a condo. Yeah, that's true.
No, I salute it. Especially because, like, from what I remember, because I think I remember seeing, like, a History Channel or an A&E or something, like, I've seen some TV program where they toured his house, and the thing is, his tricks and traps, they at least, like, they seem coherent and legible in terms of, like, an eccentric made this with a theme and an idea in mind.
Yeah.
Like,
not like a weird sex pervert dungeon thing.
well, there's like this TikTok funhouse I always see influencers rent out where they're like, oh yeah, we have fun rooms and stuff. And it's just like a very gaudy collection of like very like, oh, this picture frames a passageway to another room. And it's like the most just kind of like.
Basic.
Yeah.
Just mansion.com. You're like, yep, sure, gotcha.
Like, instead of feeling like a place where, like, an eccentric dude who's, like, made, like, weird esoteric RPGs and, like, pioneered the genre is, like, manifesting in physical detail his love for, like, weird puzzles and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, like, here's an influencer house. You can jump in the Jello
If you
pool,
have no ideas.
and here's the zip line.
When you have no creativity, you can go here. Love that.
Oh, okay, I'm way more north than I realized for the objective. Because I have to destroy the thing, the chiral chambers, right? Yeah, alright. Where is the first one? Yes, I am approaching my destination.
Yes, excellent.
George Miller's DS2 characters were the Steam preview images.
Damn you! Damn you, George!
Where is this? The thing is, dudes are gonna be waking up if I don't do this soon.
We don't need them coming back.
I see one right there. Okay, where, are there any jammers over here, or are they all just, okay. Oh, I actually just didn't straight up come over this way yet.
Great job. No more jammers to worry about. Let's head to the Southern Environmental Observatory.
I'm hoping they have a truck that they come after me with. If not, I'll trek back up to the other truck. But, I mean, objective destroyed, no one's dropping a sniper rifle. I think we're good here.
You're doing a decent situation, not bad.
Is there a vehicle down there? Actually, let's just...
Oh boy. Behind me.
Is there a truck? Is there a truck? No, no. There's that guy. There's me. The truck's back up that way.
On my way back. I'm home.
Right? That's a bit of a trek, but...
All right, I'm coming in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hoof that.
Yeah,
No, fuck
that's
that.
a- that's a
I
little
was
bit
like,
extra.
I think I just have to go right down the slope, don't I? No, I don't. I have to drive. I have to drive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dollman.
Yeah, you gotta X-Men. You gotta X-Men America man your way up here. Use your truck muscles.
The man who's a truck.
He will find his way. This man's got 84 horsepower by himself. And he drinks beer.
Yeah, I'm intentionally keeping Dollman out because I like the way it looks, Zane.
Nice.
I mean, my action figures.
Yeah, your action figures. Action figure man.
I don't want to grab anything. Hey, is that guy waking up?
Sir.
Sir, you're gonna get punched.
Smack him.
Right.
What do you think of like the Arkham Asylum every time, just knocking the shit out of people? Like, this is not good for people's health. It's like,
I get why it's funny. Like it's not something where I literally like break up over it every time. But it's very
yeah.
funny and dissonant to me in the Insomniac Spider-Man game. How easy it is for dudes to just get kicked off roofs. Like Peter, you just killed that guy.
yeah, there's no way that man survived.
like you'll get those like, oh, there's a crime happening on this rooftop encounter, like way super frequently. So like the game stages these events on rooftops. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
It was bound to. They made the animation for it.
and considering Spider-Man has spider senses and super speed and web reflexes, and a common thing he does in movies, cartoons, and TV, and the comics is like when somebody falls or something, just quick reflex, like uses a
Save
web to
them.
catch him. Like, you think they could do some like fail-safe animation for if you're doing a roof mission and that happens, but no, the dudes just fall.
Yep.
Dudes just fall.
Fucking die. Not everyone gets saved.
It's interesting because I think that speaks to a certain like protagonist mode of participation, like that American culture like demands, where it's like, yeah, you might shoot, you might use a gun as Batman a few times, but like fun game, right?
Pretty great, right?
Yeah, you might knock some dudes over the edge of a building, and I mean, who cares? They're an NPC. Don't you want to climb walls? The cool thing is walking on the walls in the game. Look how the camera shifts. Wow.
Isn't it cool you're doing it? You're Spider-Man, buddy.
Don't think about how most of these missions are just Spider-Man helping cops, even though Spider-Man as a character was kind of anti-authoritarian and several times in the 60s issues was being shot at by cops in a way that was seen as like perverse for the time.
It's almost like fuck cops.
Oh, Mr. X fan, what?
What?
Hello, welcome first time chatter.
Hey. Oh, apparently you know what mods will be coming to the PC first.
Yeah, Sleepy Zane. Although, within the limits of that, and again, this is why I think comic books are just like, there's so many reasons comic books can do things that like big budget movies can't, but I just want to compliment Ryan North's Fantastic Four run, which I've been really enjoying and taking in on a monthly basis. What Sleepy Zane's bringing up reminds me of an issue I recently read where the Human Torch, just a little background, because of like bigger events in the story, the Fantastic Four is split up and on the run. The Human Torch is laying low as a janitor at like a warehouse job.
Interesting.
And he discovers that his boss is like cooking the books and committing wage theft and like cheating people of overtime and bonuses and stuff like that.
Doing small shit.
And he tries to intimidate the dude as the Human Torch. And the dude's like, you're not gonna kill me, because like you're the Human Torch, like you're a do-gooder. Like he punches the Human Torch because he's like, yeah, like you're threatening to burn me, but like you're not actually gonna follow through on it. Like watch, I'm going to touch you.
Physically attack you.
And because you know that if I touch you and you don't do it, I'll burn to death, you're going to turn off. Like he does that.
Yeah, calls his bluff.
And so the Human Torch is like, oh, I can't beat him as a Human Torch, but like I need a Fantastic Four, but the Fantastic Four is here. Who's my team? He just organizes the workplace. Like,
fuck yeah.
yeah.
Guy fucker.
There was a similar thing that happened in not Nick Spencer, but oh shit.
Cool.
There's an Iron Man run last year that got cut short because the journalist guy writing it was too woke or something. I don't know, but
Just saying he's too woke.
But I bring that up because in that comic, I think there was a fun and interesting issue where Tony Stark basically, as part of a bargain with his Stark Industries union, he gave them 2 spots on the board. So that like they're like 2 worker-owned seats, like who can like leverage things. I bring this all up not to say, like, again, much like Power of the Sower isn't about how you specifically set up a commune in a self-sufficient agriculture settlement. These stories aren't going to inform kids on, like, the legalese and process of, like, unionizing at their workplace, but, it does open up the concept to them.
Yeah, it gives them the words, the verbiage.
And because it's like printed page stuff, like I don't know, they like I guess because of the margins and the overhead and the fact that like there's $1 billion movie shit going on, they don't care what's going on in the paper because like people don't read the comics.
Mm-hmm. Which is chill, because then you get the cool ideas.
Yeah. Sleepy Zane, I haven't really looked into Green Arrow, but if you have any pointers, please let me know. But yeah, the Ryan North run on Fantastic Four, which is currently ongoing, is pretty good. And if you may be familiar with Ryan North through Dinosaur Comics, fantastic dude.
Sick, like dinosaurs.
Right, I'm in the middle of fighting dudes.
Yeah, these little fucks.
I know he said get behind cover. Where's cover? Do I have like I do. I love this gun.
It seems pretty great.
Oh man, he deployed like a drone. Cool.
Sick.
I'm hoping, because I think I have those little like dinosaur drone dudes I haven't used yet. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, the bipedal ones. What
Holy
the fuck is
fuck,
that?
it's like-
it's got one of the coffins on its back. What the
It's a Metal Gear Rising. I forget that thing's name in Metal Gear Rising, but it reminds me of it. Oh fuck.
fuck, dude, no, dude.
I have, yeah.
Yes, Barney, what are you doing?
Damn. I just totally flubbed it. Oh yeah, I fought these things last time. They were just bipedal then and I recognized them better. Also, it's been a moment because last session was like pure side quests.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I was like, do I have any big hitters? I thought I just had like a shotgun left, but it's like, oh, I have a full-on, yeah.
I got you.
I got this grenade launcher right here.
What to do?
Oh, why'd you go away? Ow, that just hurt me. Okay.
No, thank
Yes, yes, I am.
Barney, what are you doing?
Are you... Okay.
Nice.
Reinforcements. Here they come, Sam.
Oh man, what? Oh wait. Oh, I need to let the healing go, so I'm gonna run for a moment. Yeah, my health is really bad, I'm aware, sorry. No, I was kind of expecting that to be the end of it, so I kind of was going kind of Rambo at the end there. That was a mistake.
In hindsight, not the best idea.
But it's okay, because this game lets you do goofy shit like what I'm doing now, which is a very great divide and conquer sort of thing. Oh, wow. Jacob, if I wasn't on the verge of death, I would ask you to feel how this gun handles, because this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I can hear it and feel it through the couch.
I'm hoping, because I softened them with like some grenade launchers. Okay. Oh boy.
That's the sound of it, everybody.
Okay. Okay. Is there another one I have on me? Also, like, my brow was a little sweaty.
Nope.
Rubbed my eye a moment. Now I'm getting tears in it. This is a very intense moment.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Also, I'm like out of ammo on most things. Can I bola gun them? Oh, wow. Actually,
Like, what can we do?
I have the twin rod. I'm not really good at using it, but... Okay, I need to, first off, recompose myself. I'm just crying at the beauty of this game.
Yeah, it's getting a little emotional. That's
Oh,
all
wow.
right.
That gun just, it did things to me.
There are a lot of feelings. You're an American. You felt the gun, you know? Like, it's a deeply personal thing.
I'm like, if I run with the decoy hollow grenade, can I just, will that buy me a little bit of time and then maybe I can pick up a weapon from the field? Also get some coverage.
All right, decoy it up.
What did I just pick up? I know, Lou. I know. I'm sorry, baby. I'm a bad dad.
Bad daddy.
Oh, yes. Cool.
Man.
Oh. Are you it? No? Okay. No. That's the one I had. Okay, well I have a regular one. I want your gun. Oh, this is bad. Oh, please, 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 please. Wow. Wow.
Dang.
Honestly, Sam, you're incredible. We should be able to connect the facility to the network.
Yeah, let's do it. I wish you could stock that heavy gun. Can I throw it on my truck? Can I attach it to my truck?
That would be so sick if you could just like throw it right on that bitch.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. It's emotional.
C grade. Oh, that was just straight up damage taken by Sam that they were docking me on. Interesting.
Ooh. I don't break that easily.
Damn, I did take a lot of damage though. Good thing I had all those blood bags.
Yeah, I was gonna say, those came in very handy.
You know, I was playing it slow. It was treacherous. What a mission. Just a whole act and event within itself. Like, damn. Oh shit, we got part of Tasmania down there.
Oh,
Check the map.
Too nice. Hello, Tasmania. We're here to get.
Oh
your
yeah, while I
brothers.
was side questing the other day, I hooked a little bit up.
Nice.
I think we're gonna probably take a break in a moment. When we come back from break, I want to talk to the inventor and see maybe about attaching some optional parts to the map. Especially, we're in a good spot right now because I'm in a state of nirvana because I've ditched the truck full of like the metals and ceramics I was doing. Like I'm free of the burden of being like, oh, now I can get back to the roads because like I've let that go.
I've done the thing.
I'm free to walk about on foot. Speaking of walkabouts, next Sunday on the Discord, this upcoming Sunday, Ghost in the Shell 2. Sunday after that, Deep Cover. Sunday after that.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if the Sunday after that is going to actually be a show because that's a fight opera weekend, which
Oh yeah.
March 7th, Fight Opera. If you cannot make it to the event itself, we stream it live on Twitch. We've
It's
also been streaming replays on twitch.tv/Fight Opera, so check that out if you haven't.
It's really fun with cool
If
people.
you don't know shit about wrestling, check out Fight Opera.
Yeah, genuinely, it's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Sleepy Zane. I do like filling out that map. I think I appreciate this map more than Death Stranding 1's map as well, because Death Stranding 1's map, it's like its boundaries were America, and there's a definite northern and southern like political boundary on the geography. So the way the map doesn't have ends, I like that this is an island. I like that there's a definite like fill in of the world map.
Yeah.
Like I think that's something a video game should do more than like just having invisible barriers where eventually you can't go north or south, etc.
What? What? You wanna go outside? I said go pee. Is that what you gotta do, Barney?
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Damn.
Oh, rock boy.
I was hoping we'd have a moment to chill because I dropped the gun on the ground. I was like, Jacob, before we go to break, and since you're in a cowboy hat, you want to fire off this big gun? Like, he's fucking rocking us with a flamethrower guitar. Damn.
That shit, ooh, it's like a plasma guitar.
You know, truth be told, I don't really care if you're a crew of the continent or not.
Then why are you in my way? Oh yeah, revenge, right? Oh no, not Doll Man.
And that's to make you suffer.
You can set Sam on fire, but not my boy Doll Man.
Yeah, not my tiny homie.
Good.
Well, you're about to learn. There's far worse things than dying.
Oh yeah? Oh shit, are we gonna get a glimpse at maybe what's
Yes.
kept Neil trapped in Nirvana?
Do it.
Worse than death, you're just constantly on the karmic treadmill? Is that how you came back, sir? Are you stuck here?
Is that why misery loves company, bro?
Fuck. I almost should have just hung there without
Go
hitting
outside.
square just to see what
Alright, let's go.
happens.
I'm gonna take this dog out to pee.
Cool. We'll probably be on break.
That's fair. Alright, you know, me and Barney will return shortly.
Barney needs to tend to her bladder.
Oh yeah, my everlasting friend over here has a bit of an appetite.
Come on.
So, the moment you come back from the scene all covered in the stuff, names roared to life,
Oh, that's fucked up.
body starts to burn once more. You will writhe in agony. And then you will die. And you'll return once more.
I live, I die, I live again.
It won't be long before the pain becomes more. Because
Okay. I actually lost sight of Sam. There he is. Okay, well. Gang, we're gonna go to break. If something happens, I'll either put it on pause or come on back. But if I can just hang here in infinity, I think that's the best place to leave it right now, just to keep things going along. Oh, sorry, Jari, get that call, get that call. We're going on break. Everybody stand up, stretch, be nice to your skeletons, rehydrate, smoke them if you got them. We'll be right back. Let's see if Sam stays hanging. This is Techno Poverty. Y'all are Techno Hotties. See you soon. Coming back hot in about 30, gang. See you soon. Thirty-ish seconds. We'll be back. We'll be back in like a half a minute to 40 seconds. We're coming. We're coming is what we're saying. Not in that way. Oh.
Well, yeah.
Well, Jacob, now they know. No, I don't think Dragon Slayer is on 4K yet.
I would love that. That movie
I would,
fucking
yeah.
rocks.
Dragon Slayer, excellent film. Chat, I've just been informed that the Australian horror grindhouse classic Razorback
Yeah,
is
Ausploitation.
getting a pretty nice 4K release. So there's gonna be a nice, pretty copy of Razorback. This is the fun thing too, because like even if you say you don't pick up the Arrow release or the Vinegar Syndrome release or whatever, the fact that there is now a HD remaster out there, it's likely gonna end up on Tubi.
Oh, totally.
It's going to be there on digital platforms as well. So it's cool to check out shit like that and just boost shit like that in that manner. Anyways, Razorback, real cool. We might watch it after Walkabout, depending on where we are with Death Stranding 2.
Some sick. There was some other Australian movie I've been really meaning to see that people have been talking about that's really fucking gritty. About some guy just going like in like the smaller towns and bars and stuff like that, and just having to deal with like the populace of like the smaller towns in Australia.
Interesting. I mean,
It looks really good. I can't remember what it was. Man, have not seen Bad Boy Bubby.
I'll ask more in a moment, but I'm engaged with this cutscene.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look it up in a second.
I love this perpetual fire.
Yeah, dude. I love that it looks like plasma.
We're crossing over to the other side.
Yeah, I gotta see what the name of that one is.
I mean, I'm only really familiar with like Razorback, the works of George Miller,
Yep.
Romper Stomper,
Fuck, Romster. That one I saw in college and I was like, damn, this movie's wild. That's what I was like.
Walkabout.
It was weird. I didn't know there were a lot of Korean people in Australia, so I was just like, oh, interesting.
Oh,
What an
man.
interesting racism.
He's just torturing me. All right, well, we stayed pretty idle during the break time. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a Kojima play, or that the answer isn't to just repatriate. What's up, Lou? What? Interesting. Is he just going to? Yeah. Am I underthinking this? Am I assuming I just keep repatriating until the cutscene changes? Let's see.
Bad Boy Bubby sounds wild. It sounds kind of like the movie The Baby, too. Man. Ooh.
The baby's fun,
Fuck.
but this is.
Yeah.
Oh, you should headphone up.
Let's see. Ooh, Stream Boo. Oh, yeah. Bro, I don't want to listen to your shitty emo band. Stop. Force
You
yourself
gotta
forward.
listen to my mixtape.
Bro, it's so good. I'm gonna get so many teenagers to fawn over me with this song.
That was one of my favorite aspects of the villain from the movie Mandy. Is it's just a dude who's just like, no, you gotta like my stuff.
Yeah, just a tortured artist who just sucks.
Alright, I'm gonna block this stream bot real quick.
Bye, Stream Boo. We love you. Thanks for the engagement. Now get out.
What do I do, Lou? What do I do?
Whoa!
Oh, he didn't even do the pop. Maybe I gotta mash harder this time.
The
Let's
babies in
see.
this game take on a whole new life, considering everything else coming out in the world. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see.
Okay, so then what if I repatriate while looking else? Is there something? Well, there's some structures, but oh, it just disappeared. I thought I was like follow it or something. Okay, back to Black Tears. Got it.
Sick.
Am I outside now? I am at least outside now. Okay. I'm just speedrunning Dark Souls. Just burn and burn again. Okay.
Sick. Bro, no.
What did he do to you?
You fucked me up, bro.
He set me on like soul fire, dude.
Yeah, like it's plasma fire. It's like methanol. Just on fire. Do you have water or literally anything?
Oh, damn. Does she even have organs? Like,
Right? Like, what? Nice.
yeah, damn.
I love his rope, like when his face glitches and stuff. No one expects the headbutt.
Yeah, because in the first game he was masked up, so like it's a neat, like his face is the mask this time around.
Yeah.
His individual expression is the illusion. Damn.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Love this noise. Love that magic. I really need to make that my alarm when I wake up in the morning.
Oh, he got her hair. Like a sample.
Damn. Creep.
He's stuck in a loop of death and resurrection. Before his head is completely incinerated, he returns to us. His body is restored only to be burned again. Don't. Even if you speed up time, the flames won't die. Come on, Sam. Come on. I don't know what to do.
Do something!
Well, yeah, Rainy can put out the fire. That makes sense. So then...
So, what?
Well, they're healing him, but like I was gonna say, I'd consider George Miller the fifth member of their Toku team, but he's more like the Alpha or the Zordon.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's their Charlie.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess, no, because Hartman's also the scientist. They don't really come off the ship.
Exactly, Subi's in.
This frame, my god.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dollman. Dollman's back.
Oh, Dollman.
Okay, Dollman's the 5th member. Got it.
Gotcha.
Right.
Our Power Rangers.
Dollman was on fire as well. Our Tokusatsu team, yeah. Super Sentai.
Chiral network coverage all the way to the Southern Environmental Observatory, and it's all thanks to Sam. His injuries have completely healed too.
Sick.
Dead man, by way of Hartman's heart, said as much after he finished his examination.
Trust me, Frederic. I'm a doctor. And I know Sam's body better than just about anyone.
I know his body. I know that hot body. So
Yeah, I
damn
spent the whole
well.
first game studying it.
Those Rainey's orphan. He's as good as new. Or right as rain, as you might say.
Oh,
Now die and be resurrected so many
yes, Barney.
times in succession.
Yeah, Sam has aged.
Miracle you made.
Barney.
I'm sorry to say that the tar currents near the Southern Environmental Observatory are still unstable. Consequently, we'll need to keep the DHV Magellan here to defend the facility for the time being. All things considered, paving the way to Terminal Fort Knott is a Herculean task, and Sam's going to have to dig deep to see it done.
Terminal Fort
Sam's
Knott.
Thanks to Tarman and Deadman's efforts, his heart may have made a full recovery. But the same can't be said of his head.
Sam Porter Bridges is basically if mental illness was a person.
Yep, don't touch him. Don't talk to him.
Isn't that right, Fragile?
Just let them go through it. They're going through a lot.
Soon, we'll have linked up our final objective.
Right.
This will mark the end of our travels together. Which means the time to have that conversation with Sam
Oh no.
is approaching.
What conversation?
We should tell him sooner rather than later. But what do you think? Well, perhaps I should broach the subject first.
You seem to be the one who wants to do it, you know?
Yo, there's the tea going.
Oh, yes. I think I got this guy hot. Hoo-yah.
Who's not living right now?
Here, show me.
Uh-oh.
What do you think? It's almost like it's fading away.
Is that so?
Ruh-roh.
I'd say we're making
I have something to say on what you were saying there, Sleepy Zane, but I'm gonna wait until this cutscene's over.
She asked me to help.
What?
Before we set out on our journey together, Fragile, she asked me to help you. To act as your therapist so that you could process the loss of your childhood.
Ah. That's crazy.
Hear me out. Lou's been gone for a long time.
No. He was right here. We just traveled across Australia together.
Oof.
I'll show you.
I was just comforting him.
The pod you brought on this journey has been empty from the start.
No, I've been seeing my baby.
I'm the one who's been operating your order deck. And it's
What?
because of that connection, I was able to share your flashbacks.
Oh shit.
Whoa. Bro, you can't just do that to people.
Yeah, Dead Man. What the
Like, what
fuck?
the fuck?
Doll Man? Not Dead Man.
Yeah, true. Doll man.
Crew. No, the whole gang. Friends. My found family.
You can't do this to me. I love you.
What you said you saw.
My coworkers.
They're fucking ninth configurationing me. Holy shit. Y'all should watch the ninth configuration. I have it up on the drive if you have Discord access to the theater.
What are you talking about?
We might throw it on as part of this program because it's a damn good movie. I watched it for the first time last year and was just extremely impressed by it. It's also on Tubi, absolutely free. I think the one I have up on Discord's like a higher resolution though.
Oh, nice, yeah. I was gonna say, Sleepy saying it's like whenever being let go from a job, they let you work the whole day before they're like, and you don't have a job tomorrow, so don't even worry about coming in. Like, I wouldn't have fucking worked had I known. They're like, yeah, that's why we didn't tell you.
I have a very fun story regarding that as well. But the gravity of this is hitting me. Damn.
Yeah.
Death can tear us apart. We'll always be connected.
Yeah, Fragile's been here the whole time.
Barney.
He's gone. And that's that.
Trust me, Sam. We will always be with you, no matter what. You are never, ever alone.
I wish Lea Sedou took that to me.
Yeah, right. With the VR experience of just her being like, yes, it's okay.
Yeah, it's Sam. You don't understand what just happened.
People pay a lot of money for that, Sam. I just need her telling me I'm a big boy.
Oh.
This is like waking up as someone who's sleepwalking in the middle of them, like sleepwalking.
Yeah,
you know?
I do like this, considering my eyes were so much on the APAC president double spy shit.
Yeah.
This is a good left field. Although totally should have seen it coming, considering. I mean, the game opens with the baby fucking getting it in the prologue.
Right, and
Damn.
also like Dollman always constantly being like, "We'll have to tell him eventually," but I'm like, "But tell him what?"
Yeah.
Damn, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, Kojima's really good at like finding
was comforting my
non-traditional, beautiful
baby.
people.
Oh.
Someone was talking about it earlier with like politics having to be like beautiful, and I extend that to like television and movies where like everyone is just like too perfect, and
Yeah.
it doesn't look like movies in the 90s where like actors were actors. Like, where's my Jim Varney?
Kojima is just casting like who he sees as like his favorite actors. There's just no like Hollywood platform in the same way making him big, so he does it through gaming.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, I'm not saying Lea Sedou and Norman Reedus weren't known before this. It's just like the averaging effect of like a monocultural movie event is being recreated in a Kojima game more so now than it was in the past, because like blockbuster movies don't really serve or occupy that same space.
Yeah. Sam's just in denial the whole game. Very true. Barney. Little rugrat. Rat dog.
Sleepy Zane, how close to the end game am I? Because I feel like this is approaching a point where they're going to be like, okay, Sam, this is the last mission. Because Dollman did say, once we finish connecting the continent, it's over. See, is Terminal Fort not the end? Okay.
Okay, so good little bet. We have time to build more infrastructure, is what you're telling me.
Sleepy Zane, thank you for the commentary and advice this whole playthrough. You've been great.
Yeah, it's been really helpful and really fun too, because I didn't see too much of the first. Well, I saw a bit of the game, but did not catch a lot of the story in the first game.
Hartman's lab will lead me to the next main order, so it seems like I have some time to roam around. Well, Ghost Mech spotted. If so, I may not be as far out on DS2, which now that I was talking quite a few movies there, I was like, this is at least like another 4 weeks if I wanted to keep going in this program, but I do have some other Fall into the Future games within the programming block that will transition us into
some cool shit.
Yeah, our next interdimensional zone once we fall out of the future. maybe we'll see some soldiers this summer, or have a shoot 'em up summer.
Ooh.
Or a stir up summer, depending on how giddy up we feel.
Ooh.
It really depends, I guess, on where the books and the games take us. But I'm feeling this fall into the future vibe, and I kind of want to transition into Metal Gear Solid 2 after this. Who knows? Maybe the whole year just becomes Kojima year. Going to the surface.
Sorry, I'm feeding Barney right now. I want you to hear Barney.
Yeah, I'm glad you do have obsessive Death Stranding knowledge, because while I enjoyed it a hell of a lot, it's the only Hideo Kojima game I've only played through once in its entirety, so I definitely didn't internalize the finer details in the same way I did Metal Gear Solid.
Sam, Tarman here. I want you to take a good look at the DHV Magellan. Her main cannons are operational, and it's all thanks to you. Contact us whenever you
All right, Barney's been
require
fed.
support, and we'll be sure to oblige.
Fire support? Interesting.
Take a look at that post on the Environmental Observatory of the SSS. Seems awesome.
You know what? I haven't been on social media in a moment.
That's true. We gotta get people to like and subscribe. Also, that 70s Australian movie I was thinking of was Wake in Fright.
Wake in Fright. I've been meaning to see that one.
Yes.
I remember.
Scorsese talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
Who would you say it's a
Raymond
dirty
Kramer
movie?
on Show Me the Meaning back at the old Wisecrack channel. I remember bringing up Wake in Fright during one of the episodes, and the premise caught my attention.
Yeah, it looks insane.
See, if I do 10,000 more years of Death Stranding 2, we can just use it as an excuse to cycle through Australian cinema on the Discord, which isn't the worst idea.
Right?
I mean, I was also thinking of adding Jinro and Pat Labor 2 into the rotation, since Mamoru Oshii's the pizza guy, and we can always add more Mamoru Oshii into the mix.
Oh, that's a fun one. Really, any of the directors in this too.
But in all honesty, I kind of want to wrap Death Stranding 2, and then,
Let's see what else.
as we've mentioned before, Metal Gear Solid 2 and Spec Ops: The Line are coming to mind as kind of where I want to direct this sort of science fiction, science reality programming towards.
I do like that.
I do wonder if I'm going to get to Kim Stanley Robinson, who I wanted to get to in some capacity before getting to Frederic Jameson, who I wanted to get to in Metal Gear Solid 2, but we'll see. We'll see. Folks, this is what piloting the interdimensional interspace engine actually looks like. There's no tangible
glamorous, baby.
captain's wheel. It's not that kind of a spaceship.
We power it with our minds.
Kinda, yeah.
And throwing back some ass.
And sometimes the bigwigs beat us, but we don't talk about that because they don't like when we talk about that. So let's just keep this gliding along. I better get off social media and start being active. All right, I want to get to the inventor because, like, I've left him hanging this whole game.
It's probably mad.
He's probably extremely mad. I'm wondering if maybe I just ride the train rail, and because, like, I tried riding a zip line over his island a long ass time ago, got nothing out of it.
Are active in their local region. The tar currents there are still in a rather chaotic state. This is Higgs' doing, all in service to a greater plan. We shouldn't underestimate him either, Sam. Let's take care on our way to Hartman's lab.
Okay, so yeah, the Magellan's down because of the tar chaos. I have to get to Hartman's lab. Can I retrieve at least like a truck? Vehicle customization.
Customize that bitch.
I don't have wheels for it is the only issue. But you know what, we're traveling light. I'm kind of just generally trying to get back to infrastructure network. I want to get to the inventor. I want to get to maybe West Fort Knot and go from there. We'll see. Point is, I can't fast travel right now. And I need to get to Hartman's lab ultimately. Also, I just love zooming out on this map.
Yeah.
Something about doing this in particular feels very Super Mario Brothers 3 to me. Just like, oh, which level do I want to go to next?
Yeah, super tactile. Love the sound effects with it too.
You know what? I can. I feel like this is also the game softly hinting to do side quests now. They're like, hey, fast travel's off. You need to get all the way back across the continent to do this thing that's going to trigger the end game. You should maybe...
Anything else you want to take care of before that happens?
Call your mother and say hi to your cousins while you go through that state on the way home, you know? Alright, first off, let's remove all these markers. Second off, do you have any resources? Maybe I should just get a truck and do deliveries. That's not a lot. Because it looks like... Oh, shit. Somebody else built this road. Nice. Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
See, I don't feel cheated. Like, I think in Death Stranding 1, there's one part where, like, I loaded up and there are, like, a few roads built for me where I was like, oh, I feel like I didn't earn this. But, like, in this one, I feel like I've been doing enough, like, side questing sessions and building enough other types of infrastructure that, like, other people have liked enough to where, like, when I get something like this, I'm like, okay, cool, that's, like, the reciprocation of that.
Yeah, it feels earned.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, oh no, because of an online phenomenon, like, I got a shortcut I shouldn't have. It's like, oh no, I'm having a conversation with the broader online community, and that's how my map reflects that.
So we get bigger.
Alright, I'm gonna go take some quests, some side quests from this place, if there's any. I'm not gonna worry about road building or accruing metals and ceramics. I'm just gonna, are there quests I can tick off as I go along? I'm not gonna go over the mountain. I'm gonna, like, do the long game and circle. Oh, Jacob, it's still here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, go take that outside and fire it.
Let's do this shit.
The L2, R2.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you have to get a little ways away from the facility.
That does look pretty sick, though. It's so fucking huge.
Oh no, some of our cargo. There you go.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. Up until this moment, I don't think video games have ever recreated for me the sense of, like, being at the range with a dude and being all like, did you feel that?
Like, yo, try this one.
Which also speaks to me of some of the underlying eroticism of going to the range with your buddy and feeling his gun go off.
Oh, you mean go shoot off with your boy?
Right? You really feel the power in his shit?
Try this one. Really makes you feel like a man.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
How's my barrel feel?
And so straight. It's about the straightest thing two men can do. Or more.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Sleepy saying the PS5 triggers are so nice. The PS5 controller is so good. The adaptive triggers, I was surprised how cool they actually are while playing games.
Oh yeah, don't get your hot shell on the boys. That can hurt.
I was thinking, we had a buddy of ours is a director, but he...
This sounds fun. I'm gonna do it.
Commando 2, that's what it was. But they rented like an actual military machine gun for our friend Casey to shoot. And in the bloopers, they have it where Casey is shooting this fucking sick machine gun, but one of the shells goes into her boot. And you can see it in slow motion, her trying to get the hot shell burning out of her leather boot. So, forever captured on camera. It's beautiful. If you ever see Commando 2. So it's a great time.
I forget the actual name, but it's the salt that's in the credits for Commando. Or not somewhere, somehow, somebody's gonna pay. Oh man.
Fucking love Commando. Commando, arguably my favorite
There is
Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
There was a time in my life where I was watching it like at least 3 times a week. I remember being one of the first DVDs I had.
Oh, nice.
I can't find it at the moment, but I'll have to look that up and share it on the Discord. Because I forget the actual name, because it is Commando 2, but then it has like a title that's more than that. Commando 2 being the subtitle, if I remember right.
Hell yeah. I'm taking my notes from my masculine.
Watch Commando and Predator.
Yeah. Commando just has like the best worst one-liners.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
It just works
No,
and it's so gay.
So yeah, it's
gay.
the full homoerotic thing, but like, so Commando is kind of like the completely lubed up, no friction with reality, the fantasy operating as advertised.
Yes.
Just like if dudes kidnapped your daughter and you had the full backing of the state to go commit war crimes over it, like the fantasy.
And it's so good.
So like as an
so
object,
fucking good.
both as like in earnest as an action movie, it's very well made, but also as a gaze into like the fascist psyche, it's like it is the peak.
Yeah.
Cause like here's the thing too, if you watch Commando first and then you watch other like classic 80s actions movies, you'll realize like first off, yes, Commando is really well made, but then like you'll see how like the deficiencies of those other action movies, like those are those are the faults or the stupid spots or the blind spots or like what those idiots are willing to like turn the blind eye to because they want the other parts to be real.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like the core of why or what you can do with fascist art is like with the dissonances show you their blind spots.
Mm. Hey Benner, when I said I'd kill you last, yeah, I lied. Great line.
Yeah.
Don't bother my friend, he's dead tired.
This green beret eats men like you for breakfast. I'm very hungry right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need the girl.
Also, one of the funniest bits, shooting the rocket launcher backwards.
Yes.
This is like
Yeah, Ray
such a
Dong
great
Chong.
moment. Like, god damn, dude, that movie is so fucking good.
It is
the Cuban like drums.
It is so lean. Is part of it
Yes,
too.
it's just go.
Because
the
again, we
beginning's like
talk about the lubricated like tension. It's there's no tension. It's the fantasy operating, no brakes.
Yep. It's a music video. You're just straight go for it.
Yeah, it's just pure cause and effect. Like bad guy did thing, good guy respond in the most maximalist, blunt way.
Yep.
We're just like, well, of course he's gonna do that.
Of course he's gonna jump. And Arnold Schwarzenegger jumping from an actual plane.
Oh shit! Oh
cool
shit!
shit.
Oh shit! I got this. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
My ass hurts a little bit, but all in all, I'm all right.
Sorry, I was thinking about going to the range with the boys and then watching Commando afterwards.
Just watching Commando. Black female lead, like counterpart / love interest.
That was Ray Dong Chong, right? Tommy Chong's daughter.
I think so.
She's not really a love interest. That's the thing, because again, it's the friction of the fantasy. He's just like a chaste good knight. Like he's not sexually interested.
She's supposed to want him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, oh, sorry,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
too busy fighting for my daughter or whatever.
Somebody fact check me on the Radon Chong bit, but I'm pretty sure that's the truth of it.
All right, let's see.
Over there. That's supposed to make you.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely need to watch Wake and Fright, people. But it, Australian English teacher gets stuck in a really shitty Australian town that's just like violent and drunk. He's trying to get out.
Okay, how do I do the fire support thing again? Because
Requesting the fire support.
can I do fire support? Because they're grounded, right?
What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, Radon Chong.
I think because then again too in watching Commando and then watching Predator, you see the difference between like a movie taking like a movie doing like a movie that knows it's doing stupid things well and a movie that's doing well with a stupid premise. It's hard to articulate, and I am trying to focus on the airstrike.
Yeah,
but
it's like taking a premise that is objectively silly and making it like going along with the silliness or taking a serious tone to the silliness.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, talk about. I think Predator is also a good adaptation of Beowulf. I'll get around to that when we eventually read Beowulf for the stream, which we are going to do.
man, I have not read Beowulf.
Beowulf and Gilgamesh. I'm not sure what to play with them, but I know I want to get to them because I had a lot of fun doing Paradise Lost, and I have similar materials for those two. I have a lot of good.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good stuff for poetry.
I had a lot of fun.
I must say.
That's with the Jabberwocky, right?
No, that's Lewis Carroll.
That's okay. I remember reading in high school those things around that same time, but I remember enjoying the Jabberwocky. Also, what is it? The Sword of Hrunting.
The director of Conan. You talking about Milius, Captain Quasar? John Milius?
Ooh, John Milius.
Fire supports in the weapons menu with Dollman. Got it.
Barney, what are you doing?
Oh, I have to get out the vehicle. Easy. Yeah, target locations outside the chiral network. I can't do anything right now besides bust them up. Do I have weaponry to bust them up? I should have hauled the big gun over, but oh well.
Small gun it is.
Alright, there's shit around here I need to recover, and I don't know if fighting them's the best answer.
I was like, we should have a boys' night movie night. Where it's just all those crazy testosterone
Yeah.
movies. Trying to think of like what other ones are like absolutely just get
See,
you
the thing is too, like, once you see Commando and Predator, like, yeah, there's other 80s action movies, but again, I think that's the kind of two polar ends of like the good version of that flavor. Everything else, like,
is trying to be one or the
a
other.
bit limp or impotent or like clearly insecure in some way that makes it a bit grating to get through.
I'm trying to think of like what other ones.
Like I
Kombat?
never really. I like the first Mortal Kombat, but I classify that as a different phenomenon because that's like firmly in like 1994.
For sure, but that music,
But, like,
that's a movie that pumps you up.
I think about how like Van Damme and Steven Seagal. I never really got into any of their stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Bloodsport, and yeah, really not a lot of Van Damme. I think I've only seen JCVD, which arguably was a really good movie.
Yeah, that's also a bit self-aware. And I do like
works.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he does seem to have like a sense of like levity to himself and like such.
Yeah,
As far as being an entertainer goes, like I do think he's like.
he's got some
Despite not
humanity.
having good movies or like movies that stick with me, I do think he's like a talented like athlete and performer in terms of like the splits he did on that truck and shit like that. Like,
Oh yeah, the Volkswagen. Ooh. Barney's being taken away by
Steven
the lady.
Seagal seems like a mess, and fuck that guy.
He's a rapist, so yeah. He traffics women. We don't fuck with him. He's a fucking loser.
Like all his movies really, when I say insecure, I think that's the particular like branch of that I'm talking about. Just like covering up a dude who's like done horrible stuff and really wants to like show faces.
Yeah.
No, but like I care about the environment.
Yeah, Steven Seagal lives in Russia now.
I'm just
Seagal seems like a
way
Russian
off
human
course.
trafficking style guy. Yep. Yeah.
I'm trying to like not engage these guys while rambling about action nostalgia, but
All right.
okay.
True Lies, great.
True Lies is great. That's also self-aware about like what it's doing and kind of like trying to parody it. But yeah, excellent stuff.
All right.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's right. So saying he is friends with Putin. That's all you need with Steven Seagal is a piece of shit.
Yeah, I remember a while back listening to a pretty thorough Behind the Bastards.
All right.
Didn't he like some crime ties to that production money for getting his acting career off the ground?
Yep. He also he had that cop show he was in, and then he had to quit that because he had a woman break out of his house as a sex slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like not a good person. Also, like he's just Steven Seagal, so you're like, all right, whatever.
All right, what do I do next?
Like, at least Arnold Schwarzenegger seems like a pretty decent guy who understands fascism's badness. Like, you know.
I'm thinking
about
because he
health
had the
stuff.
affair with the housemaid, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think all the celebrities in Hollywood have sex with people. So I mean, like, I get it, but it's also
Yeah,
it seems
because
like the
you
thing.
get into that slippery territory of like you start talking about like celebrities. It's like, oh no, do I sound like I'm defending the bougie in ways? It's like no, but like on a comparable like just like level as far as like what you've been. Yeah.
Yep.
No, yeah, I'm definitely like again in that camp of like I think the Arnold movies are worth it. I mean, Arnold's career is interesting because like he did know how to pick projects that would boost him and that were like interesting and stimulating beyond just like showing him off. Like
Yeah.
you know, he struck up a good career with Verhoeven, and like he does seem like I'm thinking before like the grind maxing fucking hustle culture gym bro types, like there was still like a gym bro stereotype as like dude who was like, oh yes, I've worked out my brain, now I must work out my mind. And I definitely was like this kind of dude in college too, where it's like so like I don't know, in that sense Arnold seems like a dude who like even in his business books and stuff at some point he did read and find stuff like Philip K. Dick interesting.
Yeah.
Like Arnold's tastes remind me of like I have some like engineer friends because I went to an engineering magnet who like they're not red-pilled or like fascists, but like they're kind of dudes who like in 2012 supported Ron Paul and like
Yeah.
they don't keep up with all the like newest fiction, but they do like Philip K. Dick and some like that acid libertarian like Samuel Delaney stuff. And like I don't know, Arnold's taste reflect that kind of guy to me in some ways.
Yeah, fascist work ethic makes me a little upset sometimes, but it's like people feel encouraged. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely better messaging for stuff, but like, if anyone's saying anything, it's like at least it's fucking going with the flow of what people should be feeling. If he was Paul Gentleman, he's Steven Seagal, he's a shit actor. Yeah, God, I really just don't like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, he just looking at him makes me tired.
Right? Like, it gives me a heart attack. I'm like, damn, dude, my cholesterol's up staring at you.
Also, I find it fascinating neither of us has brought up any of like the Stallone forays into like the tough man thing, because like I honestly, outside of like Rocky and Demolition Man, I wasn't big on like Cobra or like what's the one where he's like fucking an arm wrestler.
Oh, yeah, I never saw that one. I was gonna say the other one, not Rocky.
Because that's something like
Rambo.
talking about like Arnold's ability to like have a sense of what projects to develop and run with. Stallone doesn't have that.
No, but he did write Rambo or Rocky.
Yeah.
Like, and
I think from time to time
Rambo.
Stallone like does like hit something functional.
I think Stallone is that classic like getting
Definitely-
conservative as you get older.
Yeah.
Like, he
There
actually
was
did,
a-
and you're like, bro.
I think there was a clip from 2008, 2009 where like he was walking down the street with Schwarzenegger, and I think this is when California was putting the ballot like legalization, but weed was still illegal. And like the paparazzi straight up run up to Arnold and Stallone as they're walking down the street and ask about smoking pot. And Stallone, this is very telling to me because this is also tells me like it reads how his movie career reads. Stallone seems very insecure, and he hops in front of Arnold. He's like, "It's complete false rumor, allegation, nothing, fake news, yada yada." He's trumping it.
Yeah.
But then Arnold just starts shaking his head, and he pushes Stallone aside. He's like, "Absolutely. In the '70s, all the time I was smoking weed with so and so and so and so and so and so." He just nods, and they just keep walking. And
Yeah,
it's like,
just
yeah,
like, all
dude,
right.
like.
No one fucking cares.
No one cares, Sylvester. Like, you set the agenda. That's why you're the celebrity.
Exactly. This is what you can use this for. This is your platform.
People in Babyland freaking out because people aren't conceding to particular candidates 2 years before the ballot's even a thing. It's like, what the fuck are you? What do you think the function of like any of this is?
Hypothetical. But if I can't win my hypothetical, Babyland will blow up.
I was just gonna take all these orders. No, that's bad.
They're saying bedtime's at 8 o'clock in Babyland, guys.
Controversy strikes Babyland with these new rules. You have to know who you're voting for president 3 years before the election.
Yeah. Because we can't imagine that there might be any new candidates in any...
Oh, this is a heavy one. I am going to need a truck, but I think I can do it.
Sounds American.
Bedtime for Bonzo. All right, I'm going to take on this order, but I'm first going to...
I do want to see that Australian Bubby movie. It looked crazy. People also shrink as they age? Yeah, that is a wild fact. Not me, though. I'm built different. I'll actually get bigger.
I appreciate your visit. Please wait while I confirm order status.
Bad Boy Bubby? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bad Boy. Sleepy Zen, getting back, there are two things I was going to say. You had mentioned, there were two things I was going to say before all the story scenes. The first was about getting fired the same day, because you just reminded me, Jacob, of a friend who got fired from his fast food job in high school.
Yeah. I love that.
And he was just told about it like that day, like, yeah, you're out after all. So we were having a Halo LAN party when this happened. He got this news that he was going to come to after work. So he just texted us, and he was like, "Hey, they're firing me. So what do you want from burger place? I will not name."
Yeah. Fast food joint.
What do you want from Fast Food Co? Because I'm fucking out of here. So everyone at the LAN party was just texting him his orders, and like he made all the shit and he put it in trash bags that he said he was taking out end of shift to throw away. And
Hell yeah.
I'll just say that in addition to all the fast food items in one trash bag, he brought a whole second trash bag that was loaded with fries.
Whoa. Sick. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty great party. Okay, we got new stuff for the truck, including thrown weapons and rockets. Cool. Dude, it's a defense satellite for your truck. That's awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I've increased your materials allocation. Take as much as you require.
Damn right.
Wow, yeah. Actually, I am going to get a truck, and we are going to try building some roads because I am a fool. And that is my gold.
It's what I need.
Oh, but also, Sleepy Zane, what you brought up about Sam just not being able to reintegrate into society at the end, that's the constant, like, tragic, I don't know, duty, flaw, inevitability, just the Western hero, the Western individual. Because you still need a macro structure to move things around. Ultimately, end of the day, there is a status quo of some sort. It could be a very egalitarian, maybe socialist-minded, solidarity for all status quo, or it can be like, well, we got to keep the richest people in charge because clearly they're the smartest people type status quo. Any and all of that under the whole striver, all against all, zero-sum capitalist mentality of winners and losers, like. The winning is in service of still upholding the game, and in becoming such an exceptional player of the game, you excise yourself from like participation once you're done. Like you have to retire. And I just think about that because this goes all the way back to probably older than this, but the oldest example I can think of that might be like the big pop culture one is the movie Shane. Classic cowboy story in which the gunman, after settling everything for the town, has to ride off into the sunset and die. But I mean, you can trace that all the way to like Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, in which Batman has to ride off into the sunset as a villain. Like he can't be participant in this system. Frank Miller's The Dark Knight, same exact thing. I actually think Frank Miller's The Dark Knight is doing something a bit more sophisticated than that, in the sense that like Batman has to die as an alter ego of Bruce Wayne so that Bruce Wayne as an old man can go off and lead a constructive life with children. Okay, I'm building a truck here first, and then I'm doing the mission. Let's do that. Yeah, Solid Snake is aping this because Solid Snake is built on, many Western archetypes also in this mold. Like Snake Plissken does this at the end of Escape from New York, doesn't he? Destroys the tape and kind of walks off into the sunset.
Yep.
We're going to take this one. Actually, no. This is also, to get back to things at Babyland, why if you don't have a wider understanding of, again, things like the superstructure, if you don't ever read any materials that might inform you on these theories and ideas, you're stuck within the superstructure. Your biggest idea for somebody who says that they don't share the same politics as you is like, quit streaming, quit broadcasting. Like you don't get to do that.
No more free speech.
No more free speech for you. Yeah. No, take yourself out of the game. You're too good at it.
Yep.
I don't like how you tilt the board. Remove yourself from this. Like there's no participatory consideration of like, well, if an individual can tilt the board in this way, maybe the rules of the game should be reconsidered. It's just like, I don't like how they're playing this game. Get them out of here.
Yeah. You're not supposed to win.
I'm the protagonist of this reality, not you.
Yep. You're the reason we lost. It was all you. That was one thing I really liked him pointing out. I was like, Hassan is not a kingmaker.
Right.
He does not decide, it is not him that decided that Kamala was not the president.
It is, in fact, only when shit like this happens that I see so many satellite accounts quoting and riffing on it that I'm like, who are these orbiters you're describing? Because you're the only ones I see orbiting him.
Right. It's.
Granted, I mean, I don't know. I consider myself, I'm an offline person, but an online person. I don't like. The way the internet interfaces with our lives since like 2010, it's like I spend so much of my time online and there's so much other online I don't know. I don't think it's worth. This is a big issue in general with like the way people perceive themselves as being like, I'm extremely online, but then it's like, well, there's like 50 million subscribed YouTubers you've never even heard of that like represent a good block of something you're unaware of.
Yeah, what is your online?
Okay, I got the defensive system. I don't want the chiral cannon or the machine gun. I think I want the machine gun. Because the chiral cannon is more for like ghost encounters, and I want to capture some ghosts with the Pokeball if I can.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get some extra batteries. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's nice that we're bringing up and talking about this idea of like the individualist or like the American protagonist in this sense, because we're going to get to Metal Gear Solid 2. And the bizarre kind of stitching together of, you know, modernist masculine power fantasy with like this have your cake and eat it too convoluted kind of postmodernist mishmash of like, what is narrative, man? I mean, part of what's good in Metal Gear Solid 2 is how the use of Raiden is trying to poke at this. Like, you know, I'm just going to start talking about Metal Gear Solid 2, aren't I?
I mean, it's got a lot of themes.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of things we can pull from.
Because in one way, people play Metal Gear Solid 2 and they may not be ready for the absolute dome hit that the concept of postmodernism is, and so they're like, oh, postmodernism is the reason why everything's bad now, because this game says it's what robots do to undermine stable society.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is a lot. I can put you on the off-roader. I can't put you on the off-roader. But that's a very bad reading of Metal Gear Solid 2 because, I mean, the more specific kind of reason there's even a whole speech about the shit at the end of the game, and the whole reason there's like a whole like plot twist. You're not playing as Solid Snake, you're playing as this very beautiful twink.
Yeah.
Is because it's trying to get across like you only think you want to play a Solid Snake because you've been conditioned by the first game and the concept of like a commercialized sequel in a franchise that like you want more of the same. But like I'm gonna give you a different experience that's just as fun with a different character. And to drive the point home even further, I'm gonna have the character from the first game comment on that character's experiences as a means of saying like you need to make your own things, not live in the narrative of multiple others. That, in short, is what Metal Gear Solid 2 is actually doing. But I need to figure out what I'm doing with these.
I can't handle that. It's too deep.
Yeah, Captain Quasar. Jordan Peterson's definitely operating. Here's the thing. I feel Jordan Peterson and a bunch of other reactionaries are sort of responding to Gamergate in the sense that, like, as part of like a cynical reactionary online 4chan based youth culture, Metal Gear Solid 2's you know, whole Patriots AI lale lulelo like conspiracy madness. It's not that it invented this, but it slots in really nicely with like some pre-existing conspiracy theories libertarians had about Jekyll Island, for instance. And so I think it's kind of like an Ouroboros of sorts, where like there was some stuff out there that it lubricated the existence of, but then also being a very popular PS2 game that like, I'm thinking of an era where you're 19 years old. You don't, in 2001, 2002, you're like 19 years old. You don't have the same access to like information. Cultural norms aren't as they are now. And like the two most mind-bending things you've experienced are like The Matrix and Metal Gear Solid 2.
Hey, what were those movies?
And that just informs so much of the next 2 decades of grievance culture and how people lens themselves as like victims of the man.
What the fuck was that movie series that went on about like 9/11?
Right, Captain Quasar, the white man's burden stuff you're bringing up. This all ties back to Shane and the Western and just that whole American individual's exceptionalist. Sorry to overtalk you. Stay quiet.
No, you're all good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck the name of those movies were, though.
Which ones?
It was like those internet conspiracy movies. First one was about 9/11. Second was about
Loose
the Loose
Change?
No, not Loose Change, but similar.
Zeitgeist. That was
like that's
the
what I remember.
high school crackpot Google video paranoia film of 2004 for sure.
One of them, I had this guy I worked with, actually, Cappy Army on YouTube. He's pretty funny. I worked with him on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, but it was really funny because like he was in Iraq fighting when those movies came out. So he was just like, yeah, sitting in a bunker in the middle of a war, being like, oh, this is all about oil and all these systems. It was kind of fun. It's like, what a beautiful, beautiful situation. Yeah, man, Zeitgeist blew everyone's mind. It was a great time. Loose change. I was like, Bowling for Columbine kind of got a conversation.
Yeah,
going
it
for
wasn't
some
until later, too,
situations.
Captain Quasar, that I realized how much of this stuff was funneled through in a prior era, stuff like the John Birch Society. I think Ron Paul and like the libertarian movement really kind of cracked me into that, because I started seeing like, I'm like, wait, where did this party come from? And I started looking into the history of it. I'm like, wait, why is Clint Eastwood part of this?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What is a libertarian? But like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I really need to figure out what I'm doing with these alloys before. So I can't just place them in my backpack.
Oh, Ron Paul, you silly little man. Ron Paul just makes me think of Sean Paul, arguably much better second name Paul.
Oh man, okay. I'm going to have to come back to that one, because that's just straight up a logistics puzzle. I'm like, my brain can't comprehend how to solve a problem that fills up more than one truck right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're like, sorry.
And because that dude was like, you can use our materials, and he just gave us a bunch of materials, I'm gonna load up the truck with materials and do exactly what I said I wasn't gonna do, and focus on the roads. We're back to it. You never escape Samsara. Actually, I don't think this guy has enough metals to really do anything with.
Time to push it up that hill. Maybe this time we'll get to the top. I hear we're gonna make it this time.
I want to take on orders, just not these orders. I guess maybe I should just keep trucking.
Keep on trucking.
Actually, no, I'll do these 2 orders, because I got a truck with snow tires. Honestly, this is probably going to be the last run of the night. It should just be a pretty good uphill shot. It is on the network, so I suppose I could snowboard it if needed. No, undo that. Let's go this way. Something like that. I will load this onto my offloader. Now, I don't have enough metals and ceramics for much of a road, but
What we got?
since I have these, I don't mind tacking on a little bit of this extra stuff, like a dung beetle, and just accruing and distributing little bits as I go. I also realize I've severely neglected the mines. Like there's like little foundries that I haven't been sending special chemicals and stuff to, and I'm sure that I could help with the facilitation of these metals and ceramics better, because I'm at a severe metals and ceramics deficit, and like I have just been neglecting, you know,
Just getting
a few just complete factories made, I think, for farming specifically. I used one of those once, and it gave me a fuck ton of ceramics, and I just
never again.
I didn't pocket that as like a, okay, pro tip, do that more.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was cool.
Right.
A one-off. You remind me of some shit when with Sean Paul. I wrote a paper for school a lot of years ago, and halfway through, I don't know, I started referring to John Paul. Sorry, Sean Paul.
Sean Paul Sartre. I like it.
I was living in it was like I was in middle school when Sean Paul came out. I was in Florida as a very pale white boy in a minority in the school. It was a very fun experience. It's a great experience of culture shock. And also just getting Sean Paul stuck in your head at all
You know what,
times.
Jacob? You're only reaffirming my theory that maybe we just need to bully white people more.
Yeah, genuinely, man.
We just need to put them in situations where they're not the dominant ones for a bit.
Dude, genuinely. Like, I had, Largo High School and middle school. Very, what, there were like 1,000 kids, and I think maybe like 10% of them were white.
Because again, growing up in like a majority minority town, like I was like, oh, like the white people here, they're different.
Yeah, they're certainly different.
They're kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's very dumb too. Because I came from, I don't understand. It really is like my parents just like were very strong about like not being racist, which I guess I thought was normal, but apparently is not in a lot of places. But going to a school and actually interacting with people of a different race and like different socioeconomic situations, I was like, oh, this is like a lot different than what I thought, than what I was told this was going to be like. Everyone was really nice. I'm like, I had like, the only assholes were the white kids. I had no other issues.
I'm trying to remember like the come down bit where I think it's like Stav or Nick's talking about an uncle who's like talking about their black coworkers or their Italian coworkers. So it was a non-white coworker where he was like, well, I got families too.
They're just like they got
like there's still that barrier or distance of like, oh, they're different, but like I respect it from a distance, and like that gap does so much damage.
Dude, it really does.
Yeah, dude, everybody likes taking afternoon naps. You don't have to be an asshole just because you notice people who don't look like you do it.
Dude, genuinely. Let me just set the record straight. Siesta is arguably one of the greatest things ever fucking invented. Like, why people want to get rid of taking a good
You're
nap.
supposed to be profit maxing your time, Jacob.
Dog, fuck that. I mean, unless the big wigs are here, then absolutely. But fuck that.
I don't know why I'm going this way. I just wanted to throw resources at the bridge node despite taking a mission in a completely other fucking territory. Yeah. All right, I'm two roads brained.
Yeah. Also,
I haven't been trains brained enough. I should really be building the rail system, you know?
Yeah. Is there a law that actually says we have to make companies more money? Like, is that a legal
I mean,
requirement?
that's the fiduciary responsibility of like shareholders on a board of a corporate entity, from what I understand. Or do they just like play Limp Bizkit and wherever it lands, that's their goals for the next quarter?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm just like, I'm not a fiduciary. I didn't sign any fiduciary paperwork, I don't think.
No, but that's just like,
you know?
That's just like the corporate organ.
For sure.
All right. Let's reset my marker game here. So the bad guy's over there, so we don't want to go over there. Honestly, this is also reminding me of like Hundreds of Beavers, with just like going out to the little map on top and seeing the little chart getting like modified.
Oh yeah. Yes.
One of the best video games movies out there that's not about a video game at all. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of Beavers, folks. Watch it.
They're calling it Hundreds of Beavers, folks. There's hundreds of them.
There's hundreds of
maybe even
beavers.
thousands.
Yeah. Welcome back, Sleepy Zane. You only missed the siren song of road construction I was falling sucker to and not doing missions because I was like, I gotta feed metals into the slot machine.
I must do it for the machine.
Even though I barely have any metals or ceramics to give. But we're back on course now. I replotted my spots. Hell yeah. get that medical care.
Ooh. Like Dooms. Godspeed. I hate medical stuff. I need to go back to the doctor to get stuff checked out, and I hate it. I hate American medical stuff. I'm sure it's fine in other places.
Me every 3 days being like, I should take, this cut.
Is this it?
Is this it?
Is this death?
I cut myself on the finger. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. It's all bandaged up and wrapped. I'm just keeping it very clean and under wraps.
Right. Just in case.
It's the cut I got doing the gunpla on stream. You saw. You all saw. You saw me fuck things up.
You got it on stream?
I don't think I got on stream. I might have been right out of view of the overhead cam because I was realizing as I was doing the overhead cam, like, yeah, it's on the table, but I'll take things into my lap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Completely didactic, yeah.
Yeah, Henry's really good in, like,
oh man, Sleepy Zane.
pretty common situations. It's true. But luckily they at least have masks at the hospital. Versus if you go to fucking, like, Walgreens, it's, like, near impossible to find.
Is that my old vehicle? No, that's someone else's abandoned trike.
Someone else going through it. Fuck this.
Cool.
Nice, heck yeah, Master Mask, keep getting that beard. Hopefully the growing's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I always do the mustache, but then it gets a point where I'll get a runny nose with a mustache, and that is just one of the most disgusting feelings.
Oh man, speaking of mustaches, and going back to something earlier in stream, the Ryan North Fantastic Four, the one I was talking about where the Human Torch organizes a union.
Oh yeah.
Part of him, because he's like on the run, is like he gets to experiment and play around with his look in ways that he wouldn't normally, and he grows a porno stash. It's the funniest thing ever to me.
Fuck yeah.
Especially because like I started reading this run in the middle because you can do that with a good comic. Don't be intimidated by that. I would honestly suggest Ryan North's Fantastic Four as a great example of a currently running comic that understands how to make each issue like singular and like standalone while still having like a longer running kind of serial macro story going.
Fuck yeah, like X-Files.
Yeah. So like I started this run in the middle of it and I was just like, why does the Human Torch have a porn stash? So it was fun to go all the way back to the start and like, oh, he has a porn stash because he started a union. That's cool.
Unions will do that apparently.
I've been wanting to find a way to support your efforts.
Oh hell yeah.
I'd like you to have this.
What the fuck is that? Sick, dude.
Also unleashing a cloud of blood formulated to damage BTs. Cool, I just got a rocket launcher.
But Zane, I could tell yell for days from about coverage, especially 3M dropped the ball in Source. Man, 3M dropped the ball in a lot of shit.
Started a union and moved to Michigan with the mustache.
Fuck yeah.
The Great Lakes. The dream.
Dream, where you can throw children.
With this baby, of course, you can also focus on fixing it. Now, dangerous weapons like bud. Yeah.
He understands I'm a responsible gun owner. Real quick.
Yeah, Master Mouse, that's the exact thing I was thinking of was whenever 3M fucked up their ear protection for the military.
They did?
Yeah, years ago they were like, oh, these things are rated for this very loud thing. Turns out they were not. Turns out a lot of veterans got fucked up.
Oh shit.
And you know how important hearing is. But God, that sucks.
I do want to deliver these energy drinks.
We need our Red Bull, bro.
Do one more. Just one more.
Just the one.
Oh, how am I going to mount this peak?
That fucking sucks. Well, hopefully they got some money or got something out of the lawsuits that came out of that, because that shit is fucked. Like, I have a sibling who got screwed over by the military and is, from my understanding, able to make things work out after the military made good on issues they fucking caused. So, you know, it's a great time.
Alright, let me try going up this way. That's not going to be a nice drop. Let's see if this works. It's the next town over. We have a truck with snow wheels. I think we got time for a short job. I see the battery's not yet flashing red on the camera, but it probably will be soon. So, if we die, gang, have a good night. We're not gonna die, really. That's just the camera going out.
We're being dramatic.
TV's not real, and I don't know if as many people understand that as I thought they did.
Right? It's honestly, it's like Republicans watch movies and don't know they're fake. Like, treat them real, and then Democrats know they're fake, but still but act like they're real. Sort of like this weird sort of confused interaction with it.
I don't feel I don't have the means to really articulate yet. I get what you're approaching.
Yeah, like there's
but given all the talk we've had about Babyland today, I was thinking about, like, you know, people who do offline politics, you can tell who's not doing offline politics. Because they're not talking about or promoting or boosting the concept of doing offline politics. Like, if you're doing like an offline practical practice of politics, you think in some way it's going to work, and it's like, I mean, that's why I espouse like getting out there, doing mutual aid, supporting whatever DSA, PSL, or other organization based in your region, what's being effective and pragmatic. Like,
something that has tangible results immediately.
But like, I bring this up because, like, so many of the people in Babyland complaining that they're not as popular as the most popular online politics dude. It's like, well, like, if you didn't have nothing, if you had offline politics, it wouldn't be nothing but online politics grievance. Like, when something online frustrated you, you'd still have the offline to fall back on as, like, salve or replacement or reassurance that, like,
you'd still have a place.
You're not doing something in vain. Yeah. But like, since you are doing something in vain and you don't have any other replacement, and it's not about like the actual politics of it, but occupying the spot of like online politician, this is getting way off track. I was trying to do the simple axiom of like people like offline politics seems like such a sociable thing compared to online politics, which seems like such an asocial, antisocial thing because of the way the online aspect of that phrasing like prioritizes or makes operative more the debate bro, solipsist, individualist kind of spectacle.
It's the winning competition version of it. It's like, this isn't debate, this is like, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Like, well, there's no winning. This is like, we're trying to figure out what the issue is and how to fix a problem.
You're misunderstanding a hypothetical where we measure consequences without the fear of them against a fealty test where you think there are actual consequences for an imaginary hypothetical.
Yeah, which is so fucking frustrating.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's not like the offline politics are like all sunshine and rainbows, but like in just like doing an action and feeling like you're moving something, you at least feel in some sense you're asserting agency in a way.
Yeah.
That makes you less miserable than if you feel like your agency is being robbed because some dude said something slightly different than your political aim.
Yeah.
Even though ostensibly you're both you're a vote blue no matter who person.
So how about we just get people to vote? Not even like vote blue no matter who.
Easier to have an impact when somebody sees you.
Yeah.
Alright. Damn,
Also-
this weather nasty. I love it.
Also, things are just made to be hard by assholes as well.
That's it too, because like after a point, I hate to sound tinfoil, but I'm like,
No.
you can't be this intentionally like redundant or dumb with your talking points. Who's paying you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even if it's not like there's a shadowy like neoliberal organization doing it, the way accusations fly that like, oh, Hassan's just doing it for his money, and then you're like, what money? And they're all like, oh, well, like all the Twitch views he gets. It's like, well, you're also running a Patreon chasing
exact
views
same
and stuff.
thing.
Like by the same measurement, aren't you like quote unquote like just doing this for clout or just doing this for money as well? Like isn't that like something that's on all sides of the equation in a way that like makes it like negligible as like a point of like purity politics testing?
No, it's different because I haven't had the option to sell out yet. Did you see? I'd be different, bro.
Also, like, just tipping more into, like, the tinfoil, like, who's paying you thing. Just, I mean, hearing, for instance, that Kaushi has betting odds that on Newsom versus Vance, just... I don't even think it's a tinfoil, like, oh, the powerful are forcing this on us. I think it's just straight up, like, we can't imagine better. We're just that
we have no-
impoverished as far as, like, what's permitted within the boundaries of discussion.
Yeah, dude, we've seen Zoran Mamdani completely shift shit around New York City in an instant. We've seen Donald Trump turn this country into fucking bullshit within 2 years. So, like, we can fix it just as
the
bad as we fuck it up.
crackpot, like realist, like centristy, like we have to be moderate types. They ran a second place runner in that general, and he didn't do well. Like,
Turns out it's fucking dumb and we didn't like it.
MSNBC brought to you by Kaushi, yeah. And I guess in my own clout chasey online politics wannabe way, when we talk about this poverty of imagination, I don't think what I'm doing here is giving you a stronger imagination, but I do urge you, indulge in the arts, read books, play video games, watch movies that confuse you, hang out with your queer friends, see something strange out there in the real world at a show. Expand your perceptions of like what is possible and probable out there. Next time you see a trans person, instead of being scared of them, question why you don't see them as frequently in popular culture and popular representations on things like TV.
Sorry you had to deal with it. Right, about those orders. This cargo is in relatively good condition. Well done, my friend. Now display your current.
Thank you, Sleepy Zane.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of giving you this gift. Perhaps you'll find it useful.
Perhaps I will find it useful.
Oh, cool. Dude, it has the little gold cracks. I've been enjoying this astronaut mask. It's been
Yeah.
practical, but just like on an aesthetic level, I do kind of like
I do like astronaut looks.
the way it anonymizes Norman Reedus' face in a way that maybe makes him more of a cipher for the player character.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Yote. Ha.
Ooh. Goseki.
Sam will find it useful for the golf club, yeah.
Take care.
Goth, hit on these goth mummies. Come on, Sam.
Sam, I need you to get the White Monster Factory on the Chiral network. The goth mommies are asking.
We can't disappoint them.
Let us both do our very best. Until we meet again.
Yeah, Ghost of Yote mask.
Yeah.
I wanted to like Ghost of Tsushima. I just found its loop a bit too repetitive and engaging. Also,
Yeah.
not the
Pretty
game,
game.
not so much the game itself, but the talk around the game itself, and honestly, the marketing for Ghost of Yote did indulge this more than the first game did. I don't think it gets the what Kurosawa and a lot of other Chanbara movies are going for, because so many of those movies are about the tension and the build up to the sword fight, and then the actual duel is 2 or 3 swings and people are fucking done.
Yeah. Because it's a goddamn sword.
And so much of what those Ghosts of games are doing is they're taking, I don't know, kind of repetitive or too redundant video game loops and just kind of slapping widescreen bars on them and saying it's cinematic, and that it doesn't work that way for me. I do think Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, though, does capture this essence well with its mechanics, because while if you don't know what the fuck you're doing in Sekiro, it will make combat look like a bunch of flailing and just way too long and painful. If you do know what you're doing in Sekiro, which reflects, you know, the sort of discipline needed to master the katana, yada yada yada, the way of the Buddha, this is a whole philosophical thing going on with that game that we'll have to get into some other day. Lights went out on time. But the reason Sekiro is so good is once you do understand mastery of the game's mechanics and you have the discipline to it, you can do those Chandra style, like, I'm gonna kill this guy in 3 sword strokes type shit. Because, like, you do that parry shit just right and you insta-kill dudes, and it's just, it is rewarding. And it's interesting because Sekiro, once you learn to do that, that's not the point of the game. The game then takes that concept of mastery and starts asking you, the player, like, who are you doing this for? You doing it for yourself? You doing it for this kid? You doing it for the emperor? Like, you have a sense of power within yourself that you don't even know you have until you realize you can master this seemingly complex task, which is the sword mechanics of that game. And then the game directs you to consider, like, if you can do that, why are you doing these other things? It's some of the best shit in video game narrative. I don't even really count that one as a Souls game because it's such a more like narratively, mechanically guided like action adventure thing. It kind of stands in its own right. But we'll have to get to Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, way else some other time. Tonight we're just here finishing up Death Stranding 2. We'll be reading more Parable of the Talents. We'll be back Monday with more Technopoverty. Once again, this has been a wonderful session. Thank you all for joining. Take care. I'm just going to go ahead and fade out now and do this gracefully before the camera dies.
Good night, techno hotties and thotties.
See ya. Also, let's raid on into our friends over at Pixel Goblins if they're going. I'm going to throw that up once the bumper goes. See y'all around.
Bye, y'all.